It's time for high school football, a Beaver County radio tradition for the last 77 years. 2025 Beaver County radio football coverage is being brought to you by the Lisa and Tank Latham team at eXp Realty, the YMCA, Patriot Home Care, All Access Automotive, Fry Transportation, Vape and Roll With It, Electric Garage Door Sales, Al's Corner, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, McDonald's, Moon Auto, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, CCBC, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Fisher's New Brighton Foodland, Al's Pizza, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Drug-Free Aliquippa, McGee Heating and Air Conditioning, St. Barnabas, the William Murphy Funeral Home, the Cornerstone of Beaver County, Zookie's Sports Bar, Johnson Heating and Air Conditioning, GNU's Body Works, J. Young Refuse, the J&J Spratt Funeral Home, S.E. Snyder Insurance, D&G Rentals, and Beaver County Radio. 99.3 FM and AM 1230 WBVP, 95.7 FM and AM 1460 WMBA, Beaver County Radio Digital Media, and BeaverCountyRadio.com. Now let's head out to the McGee Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth for coverage of tonight's game.
Welcome to Pat Tarquino Field. I'm man Gino Micazadian with me in the booth. Tank Latham on the sideline. It is the McGee Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booths. Fisher's New Brighton Foodland pregame show. And what a matchup we have for you tonight. Two perennial powers in Beaver County. Central Valley, the Warriors against the Bobcats of Beaver. Last week, Central Valley just dominant in their performance, and everybody's been talking all week long about what took place last week with Beaver, able to come back from 2 touchdowns down in the fourth quarter to eke out a victory against Hopewell. And, Mike, what a matchup we have for us tonight.
Yes, I mean, we talked off air about this. I mean, it's early in the season still, and we're about a third of the way through, but in this conference, this is a big, big game. And you know, this is the best 3A conference. Avonworth, Beaver, Central Valley, Hopewell, North Catholic, 5 good teams. There will be one good team likely not make the playoffs. And this game, likely, the loser of this game has a really good chance to not have a home playoff game. And you can say that this early because if it happens, the way things are looking, Avonworth's your best conference team right now. Central Valley needs to win to keep up. Beaver needs to win to keep up. And some great games in this conference. We're expecting another really good one here tonight.
Central Valley with their big victory over McGuffey last week, 49-6. Their record really doesn't tell at all. They're 1-3, but their 3 losses have all come to powerhouses in Montour, Thomas Jefferson, and Bell Vernon. 27-20 to Montour. They lost 37-14 to Thomas Jefferson and 25-22 to Bell Vernon. This preseason, if you will, non-conference schedule is exceedingly difficult, but it also is a proving ground for Mark Lyons and his team.
It is, and you know what? The WPL decided a few years back that they're going to have like teams play each other. So Ambridge, for instance, plays Laurel Highlands. Ambridge, for instance, plays teams like Greensburg-Salem, teams with like records the 2 years before. Then in the next 2 years, they play each other because there were too many blowouts either way. And the first 3 weeks are nothing but blowouts, so you want to have competitive games. Greensburg-Salem and Ambridge is a competitive game. Central Valley and Thomas Jefferson is competitive. And who cares if you lose 3 games? You win your conference games, you still make the playoffs. The big thing is you don't want to get hurt, but you can get hurt in a blowout game, you can get hurt in any game. But I like the competition. I like that the WPL did that. A lot of people don't, because some people want all blowouts for their teams, but that does not prepare you for the regular season and their postseason.
Yeah, when you're playing teams like Montour, Thomas Jefferson, and Bell Vernon, all of a sudden the 3A schedule gets a little easier except for the one dominant force in the 3A conference, which is Avonworth, where they just steamrolling everybody at this point. By the way, they have Hopewell tonight.
Remember last year, Central Valley was either 0-3 or 0-4 coming into this game at home, and everybody was like, oh, Beaver's 3-0, Beaver's going to beat them, and Central Valley had a great first quarter and held off Beaver in a great game last year, but Central Valley proved that they can handle the conferences above them and the strength and still be very competitive in 4A. And we don't even know, next year they could be on the cut line. They may jump back up to 4A next year.
Mark Lyons says this is one of his youngest teams that he's ever put out there. just not the senior-laden team that he has had in years past. But even with that, he's still starting 7 seniors on defense, and he has 6 seniors on offense that will start. And what he's been able to do at Central Valley the entire time there's been a Central Valley program, he has been to 5 championships. Nobody has ever coached them before, going back to 2010. Consistent teams that go to the WPIAL championship game. And this team is led by a quarterback, Braddock Ambrose, that Mark Lyons says he just has it. There are some guys that have the it factor. He's really good, and he has it.
You know, and for our coach to say that about a younger guy is saying something, because at a place like Central Valley, there's competition to be your quarterback. It's not just a given that a guy is going to get it. And they've always been able to coach up the talent there. They've had talented running backs, quarterbacks, receivers, defensive linemen. Have people go to Pitt and people go to other colleges. They always have. But some years, the talent's younger. It's a matter of molding them. And what we found out from talking to coaches on Coach's Corner, the younger kids, they're a little scared earlier on. They're scared to make mistakes, but it's a matter of getting their confidence up. And Mark Lyons and his staff of many are very good at getting these kids' confidence.
Ethan Shearer will lead the running back duties for Central Valley. And then you have a really great guy at tight end, Ethan Shearer, who's getting a lot of attention already from big-time schools. But maybe the biggest attention getter for all of Central Valley is Brendan Alexander. 14 different schools in the Power 4 conferences taking a look at this guy and saying, come play football for us. He can be the difference maker tonight. He's already had interceptions in his career, not to mention the sacks, tackles for loss, and just a tremendous power there on the line, offense and defense.
You know, we talked about Hopewell, and you talk about their quarterback who's getting great looks, and you can always tell the guys that are going to be next level. They've got the body for it. They're just that much faster. They've got more football sense. They make the plays that other kids don't. They just have it, like you mentioned with Mark Lyons. And a kid like that, it's not an accident that 14, 15 schools are looking at him. If it was 1 or 2 schools, maybe different. But it's grades, and it's what you're going to do with the ball, and they're going to project you, and what your body's going to project like to college.
Tank Latham joining us on the sideline. He'll have reports for us throughout the game. And Tank, you had an opportunity to talk to Coach Lyons. What did he tell you?
Yeah, I talked to Coach Lyons, basically asked him how they're going to handle the air game of Beaver, and he said basically we got to get the ball out of Clear's hands and basically knock him out of rhythm. As long as he's not in rhythm, he feels that they got a good chance. I asked him about his tough early season schedule. He says it builds character. It's no different than last year. He reminded me they got pretty far last year, so he's worried. He's saying that the toughest opponent is the guys they face in the mirror every day. And I asked him about the team health and defensive end, tight end, number 29. He will be out tonight, Crea.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much for that. Do appreciate it. We will take a look at the Beaver Bobcats coming up in just a couple of minutes. We'll also hear from Joe from Boom Powell DIY Solar. He is covering the game tonight. Hopewell at Avonworth. It's all coming up on the Fishers New Brighton pregame show, Fishers New Brighton Foodland pregame show right here on Beaver County Radio.
Searching for a sleek new ride without breaking the bank this summer? All Access Automotive next to the YMCA has you covered. With reliable service, easy financing, and an extensive list of inventory, All Access Automotive has become the premier spot in Beaver County to find your car of the future. Looking to trade in your current vehicle? All Access will give you a fair trade-in value. Browse the eye-catching All Access lot Monday through Saturday and talk to an All Access representative and learn more today. All Access Automotive, where reliability and transparency come before anything else.
Are you looking for a cigar, tobacco, vape, and roll your own supply store in Beaver County? Visit Vape and Roll With It at 751 Merchant Street, Ambridge to shop for a variety of the best cigars in the walk-in humidor. They also sell vape juice, disposable vapes, glass, and CBD. You can also view several of their in-store promotions by following Vape and Roll With It on Facebook and Instagram. Visit vapeandrollwithit.com for more information. Don't worry about prices or stress, just roll with it. Open 7 days a week on Merchant Street in Ambridge. That's Vape and Roll With It.
In Beaver County, there are many great stories to tell. One such worthy story is that of the Drug-Free Aliquippa program. Now in its 4th year, the project has enjoyed great success through in-school interaction, education, raising awareness, and data analysis. Drug-Free Aliquippa has a mission to help local youth make better decisions regarding alcohol and drug use. For more information or to find out how you can get involved, visit Drug-Free Aliquippa on Facebook.
It's time to tackle your HVAC unit's problems before they happen. It's time to call the winning team at Johnson's Heating and Cooling. Temperatures will be changing, so it's the perfect time to call Johnson's for a maintenance check. And here's the best part. If you're in Beaver County, you're close to Johnson's, conveniently located in Beaver Falls. Find out why customers keep running back to Johnson's Heating and Cooling for prompt, reliable service and competitive pricing. Call 724-581-4195 or visit johnsonsheating@comcast.net.
What if you could meet the future you? The one with the degree, the dream job, the confidence. This fall at Community College of Beaver County, step up to the mirror and see what's possible. Whether you're fresh out of high school, changing careers, or returning to finish what you started, every class and campus experience brings you closer to who you're meant to be. See your future. Start it here at CCBC. Visit ccbc.edu/fall25.
A lot has changed since 1885. That's when my great-grandfather, William Andrew Hartzell, opened the doors to our family-owned and operated funeral home. This is William F. Rick Murphy from the William Murphy Funeral Home Incorporated in Rochester. Together with my son, Brian C. Murphy, we represent a business that is now flourishing into its 5th generation. Throughout that time, we've had the pleasure of experiencing many of local memories that have made Rochester and the surrounding area so great. I'll bet many of you can easily recall the H.C. Fry Glassworks, Barnett's Bootery, or even Kaufman's Department Store with its massive double-decker parking lot.
To put things in perspective, my family was already serving others at their time of need before the automobile had even been invented and the aforementioned businesses started and ended. Our commitment to serve our community with dignity and compassion has allowed the William Murphy Funeral Home, Inc. to preserve a business legacy that spans nearly 140 years, and we're still here. To contact us, visit our website at William Murphy Funeral Home, Inc. or call 724-775-0309.
Welcome back to the Fisher's New Brighton Foodland pregame show from the McGee Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth. I'm Mangino, Mike Azadian with me in the booth, Tank Latham on the sideline, and we preview the Bobcats of Beaver. And they are coming off one of the most remarkable games in WPIAL history. You talk about an instant classic, coming back from 2 touchdowns down in the 4th quarter to get ahead and be able to stop Armstrong from Hopewell, what he's been able to do all year long. He put up 600 yards last week, but able to stop him on a 2-point conversion attempt to come away victorious in this game. You talk about a game that can really lift the program up to believing that they're capable of more than they realize, to be able to come from big deficits. And then you got to wonder how Hopewell is going to bounce back and respond to Avonworth tonight.
You know what I mean? Going into that game, a lot of us didn't think, with Beaver losing all their skilled players, we did not know what their running backs, what their wide receivers would be like this year. They lost their top 2 guys at both running back and receiver, and we're going with all inexperienced guys against a Hopewell team that's lighting up the scoreboard. We weren't sure how successful that game would be. It turned out to be a great game. Beaver wins it. They should still be on a high. Hopewell, they're still learning to win, that because last year's talent has gotten better. Yeah, Armstrong's carrying them, but they have other guys with them. And, this Beaver team has completely changed the way they do things. They were mainly a running team and throw on occasion. Now they've completely changed, and they run sometimes, but now they're a passing thing because they got a veteran quarterback. So I like the way the coaching staff is willing to change based on the talent.
Travis cleared last week, 18 of 38 for 391 yards and 2 touchdowns. Led all quarterbacks into the entire WPIAL. And then his quarterback, P.J. Marino, led all wide receivers in the WPIAL. What a performance that they both had. The big question is this something that they can repeat again? And a Central Valley defense is a different coach defense than a Hopewell defense.
Exactly. That's a very good point, Mr. Mangino. You got to think that Hopewell is still learning on defense as well. You remember, we saw them play here at Beaver last year. Again, looking good on different plays during a series. They've got real good over the summer, but still have some blips on the radar, especially on defense. So what are they going to be able to do against a Central Valley team that's designing to stop that passing game? I have a feeling that if Beaver's going to win this game, they're going to have to run more than they passed before, because they got to be thinking, hey, Central Valley's going to gear up to pass. They're going to have to try to get some running in pass formations, get some yardage, keep the sticks going, keep it out of Central Valley's hands, play good defense. This is a toss-up in my opinion. I don't know who has the better game here yet, but this is going to tell a whole lot about both of these teams. If Beaver can back that win up last week with a win here tonight, they then become one of the better two teams in the conference.
Jonah Justice will be the workhorse for the running game. He's carried the ball already 88 times, averaging about 5 yards a carry for 442 yards. Another interesting quote from Clear, he was interviewed this week, and he said that a lot of people have this on a rebuilding, and we're not rebuilding here. What we're doing is we're reloading. There are guys that are stepping up, like a Pupi, who's playing really well. Micah Pupi, not only on offense as the number 2 wide receiver, but leads the team in tackles on defense. PJ Marino, Jonah Justice, and Travis Clear, what he's able to do with this football, he can wing it all over the place. Watching him in warm-ups, he throws the ball 50 yards, and it looks as though he's not even trying.
And you know what? What they've done is there's kids waiting in the wings that were good but didn't play because you had really good players like Brady Mayo and Austin Jackson and guys like that, Action Jackson we call them. When you're behind really good players and you work hard because your coaching staff is getting you to work hard, and now you're going to be their better players, and now you're going to go with younger players like Jonah Justice, like Avery like some of the
Avery Scales,
Scales, I'm sorry.
A sophomore.
Exactly. When you get some of those young guys ready, that is going to make your team better. So those kids worked hard. Now it's their turn. And he's got a good point. You're not rebuilding. Rebuilding is when you are doing what Ambridge is doing, what New Brighton did last year, when you're getting young kids who now are staying with the program like Beaver Falls is doing. That's a rebuild. Right. This is a reload. I agree 100% with what he says.
Tank Latham on the sideline with the Lisa Latham team, brokered by eXp Realty Sideline Report. Tank, you had an opportunity to talk to Coach Rouse of the Beaver Bobcats. What did he tell you?
I talked to Coach Rouse, and I was asking him, who, if not anybody, who are they concerned with? Who are they preparing for this week? And they said, well, that Central Valley is very well coached, and he's watching out for the skill position. They can take a game if they let them. He's basically preached, do your job, and everything else will come into play. I asked him about how these kids know each other through the little league of football with the Mighty Mite program. He said this is a very exciting game for his team. His kids are very excited to play against these guys. He expects the stands to be very loud and very packed. And all of his team is healthy and he's ready to play.
Very good. Thank you very much, Tank. Do appreciate that. We will take a look at matchups from around the Beaver Valley. We'll also take a sneak peek at who could be pregame favorites for the CCBC player of the game. Once again, you are listening to the Fisher's New Brighton Foodland pregame show on Beaver County Radio.
Falling in love is one thing. Having anxiety about falling is a whole different subject. If you or a family member are concerned about falling, and yes, either up or down the stairs, or maybe even out of bed, St. Barnabas has a special message and some ideas just for you. Years of experience in working with people who are prone to falls has given St. Barnabas special expertise in this area. Call them at 724-443-0700 and learn about ways that you can begin to feel more confident and safe, including suggestions that you can implement right now into your daily routine. Call St. Barnabas at 724-443-0700. For many years now, St. Barnabas has been helping people fall in love, that is, with their new, better life, a longer life, a risk-free life. Call St. Barnabas now at 724-443-0700 or visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com and learn more about living longer and better.
Summer's winding down, but the deals at Fisher's Foodland will get you wound up. Open 7 days a week, Fisher's Foodland in New Brighton is sure to provide all of your summertime essentials at an affordable price. From specials on produce, dairy, beverages, household products, and more. You won't sweat these prices at Fisher's. Don't want to put a pause on your poolside fun? Order your groceries online at shop.grocerystorenewbrighton.com. Fisher's Foodland in New Brighton, your reliable neighborhood grocery store.
If the black and gold can get a new quarterback every year, maybe you can switch teams too. This is Coach Andy Dangle from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. I'm looking for new free agents, or should I say, members. Our membership is open to many organizations and groups throughout the county. Join my team at Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Details and applications are available now. Visit Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Want to make football season better than ever this year? Plan now to join your friends at the Hangar in Moon Township, the place where good times and great food meet. Watch your favorite sporting event on one of their 18 big screen TVs while you enjoy their famous wings, beer-battered fish, pizza, or Taco Tuesdays indoors or on the outdoor patio. Check out their award-winning menu online for lunch, dinner, or a special night out. This football season, hang out with your friends at the Hangar, the best-kept secret in Moon Township at 500 Flaherty Run Road.
Has your smile recently been intercepted by a bad cavity, stains, or damage that's been driving you crazy? Don't worry. Dr. Timothy Lip in Lip Dentistry is the Hail Mary your teeth have been needing. Located in Beaver Falls and Robinson Township, Lip Dentistry has been a trusted business for families in the greater Pittsburgh area to touch down at for over 2 decades. Make sure to rush over to lipdentistry.com and register for an appointment today and get 25% off your first cleaning. Don't fumble the opportunity to make Lip Dentistry your office of the future and make an appointment today.
Is playing. Welcome back. It is the Fisher's New Brighton Foodland pregame show as we're getting ready for Central Valley and Beaver. Let's look at some matchups on the Fried Transportation Update Desk and looking at matchups around the Beaver Valley as soon as I'm able to get this to pop open.
Fried Transportation brought Central Valley here today. The buses are
nice. Penn Hills and Aliquippa, they kick off in a couple of minutes, 5A and 4A.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Penn Hills down a little bit. Aliquippa, their running game, they got to get going. If they want to be a serious contender, which they should be, they have to start running the ball.
Can Ambridge get a win this week against Greensburg?
It's possible. We just had the young men and their head coach, Sherman McBride, on this Wednesday. They're confident. They know they played a tough schedule so far, but they feel that if they can win this game, they could be on the outside of looking in, knocking on the door for playoffs.
The Tigers want to win, too. This time they draw Mohawk.
Mohawk's been up and down. If Beaver Falls plays as well as they did in the first half last week against Western, they got a shot.
The Cougars of Blackhawk travel to the Cougars of York.
It's a long way to go. Both teams struggling, but Blackhawk needs a win badly.
And Freedom and Elwood City, they're playing tonight at Elwood.
You know what? Freedom beat up on New Brighton last week. They got a really good young line, and they got a really good young core of running backs. Very interested to see, and Elwood's playing well, too. That game is likely going to be for 3rd or 4th place in the conference.
Moon Tigers host Seneca Valley. That'd be a great game.
That's a tough one, but, boy, Moon, they're playing well. They got a great program. I'm really hoping that Moon comes through there.
And what else do we have? New Brighton and Riverside.
Boy, New Brighton needs a rebound after getting shut out last week. Their best 2 running backs were out last week, according to Tank, and they need a rebound. In Riverside, they need to get right because if they don't, they're going to have a tough time making the playoffs.
Big question mark. Will Rochester play tonight at Laurel?
They only went from 18 down to 11 players. Didn't have enough healthy players to play against the Shannock last week. We're supposed to cover them next week, so every week's going to be up in the air for them.
Shenango's out Southside.
That's going to be a tough one for Shenango, although they've another team. With injuries, they're not that good. Without injuries, they're tough. So Southside can't take them lightly. Those kids from the Shenango, always a tough out.
And the Western Beaver Golden Beavers hosting the Scotties from Union.
Yeah, that should be an easy one for Western Beaver. Union really struggling, not scoring a lot of points, and winless in the conference, winless in the WPL, and they've had a really tough time. So I look for Western Beaver to get some younger guys in there by halftime.
All right, let's go down to Tank Latham on the sideline. Tank, interested in getting a player from both sides of the game tonight, one from Central Valley, one from Beaver, that you think could be pregame looks for the CCBC player of the game?
Well, for Beaver, I'm definitely going to go with Clear. I was very impressed with his mechanics. He's going to be hard to beat out for Beaver. And then for Central Valley, it's not just one player. It's the entire running back core. They just look very athletic, and I really feel they may take over this game.
All right, thank you very much. I'm surprised he's not going with Brandon Alexander.
Yeah, you know what?
6'4", 290 guy.
He likes the big lineman. He likes the lineman. But,
right.
you know, I tell you who I like. I like Micah Pupey. Is that how we say his name?
That's how you say it.
I like him because he not only affects the game as a wide receiver, but also is one of their leading tacklers. And for CV, I like Brady Knoll, the wide receiver. He's another guy, both sides of the ball. I'm picking both sides of the ball guys this week because that's what we were trying to do last week. And we got to give both offense and defensive guys who affect the game a lot of love.
I'm going special teams.
Okay.
And the reason why I like Ty Koski, the place kicker for Beaver, and I like Dominic Pratt, the place kicker for Central Valley. Dominic Pratt, so far this year, 12 of 13 for PATs. He's 3 of 4 on field goals. His longest 42. He made one from 60 during warm-ups. And then I also like Ty Koski. He is averaging 9 touchbacks so far this season. He's already got 9 of them. He's 12 of 12 for extra points. 5 of 5 on field goals, and a long of 36. I wouldn't be surprised if a field goal could be the difference maker here.
It could be. And another thing, you mentioned those things, but another thing is not letting kids run the kicks back. You know, because in this day and age, you get talented players back there. A lot of people kick away from guys. When you get a powerful kicker, they kick it through the end zone. Field position becomes a big, big thing. And we haven't picked anyone like that, a kicker, in a while. I like the fact that Tank, myself, and you all have different players. 6 different players. Now, I think if a push came to shove, Tank could definitely take you. I think I can take you. The question becomes,
both can take me, yeah.
Can me and Tank, what kind of battle is that going to be? Who will win out? Tank's a little younger than me, but I don't know. That'd be like, I don't know. That'd be like 2 bulls hitting each other.
The Fishers New Brighton Foodland pregame show is a wrap from the McGee Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth. We are now set for kickoff. Central Valley and Beaver. Set to kick for Central Valley once again is Dominic Pratt. He has 6 touchbacks on the season. He's averaging 60 yards a kick. And that will be another touchback here tonight. Set back to return, P.J. Marino. And let's see here. P.J. Marino is set back to return along with Jax Weiss. They are both at the goal line.
So different seeing this Beaver team after all those guys we were so used to seeing in those skill positions. New kids taking on those roles.
It'll be interesting to see. Will he go ahead and kick deep, or will they do something completely out of the ordinary and see if they have an opportunity here to kick it short and recover a kick?
I think he's going to kick it through the end zone.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. The kick is away, and it is going to be a high and deep one taken at the goal line. No, they're going to go ahead and let it bounce through. It landed at the E of Beaver, so a good 2-3 yards deep in the end zone.
You catch it there, they're meeting you at the 10, maybe the 15, and if you get tackled right away, you are back 5. See, again, you know, as time goes along and the weather starts getting bad, you're going to need to run the ball because throwing in bad weather is going to be tough. They can throw the ball. They've proven that. But they've got to eat clock at times. You can't play games like you did last week all year long because eventually you're going to wear your defense out.
Clear set in the backfield. 2 wingbacks on the left side. One over in motion toward the right side. Hands it off to Justice over that right side. He needs to get to the 30, taken down at the 28-yard line. Pickup of 3, 3rd and 2.
Same play, both times. Both over the right side. Good blocking from the line. Good blocking from the receiver. And that's all you need. 3, 4, 5 yards a clip. He'll march down the field and eat the whole clock and win games. A lot of people like the passing game, but winning football, you've got to run the ball and control the line.
For those of you who are listening on radio, it's set up pretty much like a wing back setup, but they're both to the left side right now. Wide receivers 1-on-1, handoff right up the middle, trying to get to the 30, and Central Valley stuffs them. No gain. It'll set up a 4th and 2 and an early decision, and it looks as though it's an easy one. They'll be coming out to punt.
Yeah, you don't want to tempt fate now, 4th and 2, and from the 30-yard line. You don't want to do that against Central Valley. I'm a little surprised they ran into the heart of Central Valley's line. Usually one of the best positions for them is defensive line. Their biggest kids, their best part of their football is always the line.
Ty Koski, he is the kicker and the punter. He is set back at his own 12-yard line. He's averaging 49 yards a punt. This one high and away. Lawson back to return, bounces at the 46, takes a Central Valley bounce, and ultimately downed at the 50. Central Valley takes their first possession in 30 seconds on Beaver County Radio.
Al's Corner is not just for gas. That's right. They offer gas, of course, but also fresh food and snacks every day. Let Al's do the cooking. They make fresh subs on their homemade bread daily. They offer hot foods like tacos, fish on Friday, plus wraps, salads, and more. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, make a visit to Al's Corner in Koppel. Call Al's today to place your order. Make your football party be the envy of your family and friends. Follow them on Facebook for their daily specials. That's Al's Corner on the corner off Route 18 and 351 in Koppel.
Braddock Ambrose with the pass out to the 30-yard line. Nice pickup. Aaron Lawson on a crossing route. He's down inside near the 20-yard line. We're going to call it inside the 20. Oh, I'm sorry, inside the 25-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 from the 24.
I was going to say the punt wasn't the greatest punt, and it came back. They started midfield. Great field position for Central Valley and a good first down play.
Braddock Ambrose, man on his hip. And that man is Ethan Shearer. 3 wide receivers to the short side, top, and Ethan Shearer bouncing it over that side, trying to get first down pickup, and he's close. He gets down to the 17-yard line, so it's going to set up a 2nd and what looks to be 3.
Interesting pass-heavy formation. Press coverage for 2 of the outside receivers, and the 2 safeties were covering the other 2 guys coming out of the backfield, non-press coverage. So interesting coverage there for Beaver, but they ran out of the pass formation. Here we go again. We've got 4 guys as receivers set up.
Braddock Ambrose, shotgun formation. Shearer on his left hip. Decides to keep it himself this time out over the left side. He has the first down and more inside the 10 and brought down around the 10. Yeah, they're going to call it the 10-yard line. I thought they were going to give him the 9, but it's 1st and goal at the 10 for Central Valley.
Quick stutter steps. Ambrose right away. It was designed. You can see it coming from here, and he took it, and they did not see it, did Beaver, and he just quick stutter steps around, easy first down, 1st and 10. To get a first down, they got to get it inside the 1-yard line.
Braddock Ambrose with Lawson with Shearer on his right hip. 3 wide receivers out, 2 and 1. He hands it off inside the 10, down close to the 8-yard line on that run for Ethan Shearer. Ethan Shearer so far, he's carried the ball 40 times for 368 yards. He's averaging 9.2 a carry.
Yeah, he's been a big bright spot of this team. And again, he's got that against a lot of really good teams. And then last week probably only played a half. But they're going to really count on him in this game tonight.
This time Ambrose under center, with Shearer right behind him, hands it off to Shearer over the right side, and he's stuffed right at the line of scrimmage, but keeps those legs churning, gets down inside close to 31, Jonah Justice coming in from his linebacker position, from his, defensive line spot.
Yeah.
What a guy, 6'1", 215, he's a senior.
That pocket collapsed really fast. Beaver came after him, so now we're going to try a 30-yard field goal.
Within the range of Dominic Pratt. Once again, field goals 3 of 4, long of 42. This one from 30. Snap, hold, kick, up, and the kick is good. So Central Valley scores first, 3-0. 6:58 to go in the first on Beaver County Radio.
Has your smile recently been intercepted by a bad cavity, stains, or damage that's been driving you crazy? Don't worry. Dr. Timothy Lip in Lip Dentistry is the Hail Mary your teeth have been needing. Located in Beaver Falls and Robinson Township, Lip Dentistry has been a trusted business for families in the greater Pittsburgh area to touch down at for over 2 decades. Make sure to rush over to lipdentistry.com and register for an appointment today and get 25% off your first cleaning. Don't fumble the opportunity to make Lip Dentistry your office of the future and make an appointment today.
Let's go to Tank Latham on the sideline. Tank, you've had an opportunity to watch these teams on 2 independent drives. Your assessment so far?
Yeah, the good thing for Beaver's offensive line, their 5 guys are taking up Central Valley's 7. The way that they stopped, the Central Valley stopped Beaver, though, Cameron Mr. Alexander there had a nice swim move, and it stopped them. Now, Central Valley, they're doing a great job with the pass game, and once again, I really feel it's going to come down to the run game.
Very much, once again, dominant. Boy, back through the end zone.
Nope.
He can bomb it. It looks as though he's not even trying.
Only
as
in
hard as
junior,
he could.
there'll be people looking at him.
Oh, yes.
There's going to be some school come after him. No doubt.
With that kind of range?
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you one thing. They had a rush on him, and they put a good rush on him and almost blocked it, but he still got it up high and good.
He's only a junior. He may get some D1 offers before his senior year is up. Travis Clear, shotgun, man on his hip, wing back in front of him, back to pass, quick hitch. Gets it out to the 26, 27-yard line. That one to PJ.
They were off of him just a little bit, but yeah, good pass by Clear, right on the money. Didn't give the DB a whole lot of time to get up there, but the DB made a big play, tackled him before he could get that first down. First down.
They're going to call it 7-yard pickup. 3 from the 27-yard line. Clear shotgun, 2 wide receivers to the far side, ball in the near hash mark, hands it off, dive play right up over that left guard out to the 28, pickup of about 1, maybe 1.5.
I got to tell you, it didn't work the first time and it didn't work the second time. You're going up against the heart of their, and you know what? Love seeing these kids and, the work ethic, and you know what? Love seeing these kids and, the work ethic and getting better, and they got a future after this.
That penalty down, so first 33, right to the left. Another man in motion, handoff, sweep, trying to get to the outside. Can he get there? And the answer is Reno coming from his wide receiver position on a sweep, and Central Valley able to string that out.
What CV before the play. And I haven't seen that a lot. And they're doing it almost every play. Different guys on the outside, different guys on the inside, trying to confuse the blocking teams of Beaver. When we get some time, we'll talk to Tank about that. I'm sure he's seen it too, but I find it very interesting in what they're doing.
Shotgun formation. Travis Clears rolls right, has some pressure, throws it, has a man, and not able to make the connection. Looking for Micah Pupi, but just not able to.
Clear didn't have a lot of pressure on it, but he was running to the right, throwing it. I think he overthrew him. Pupi was open for a second. The timing was off. On a small window there for him to catch it, but it was not a good throw by Clear.
First quarter has not been the best quarter for Beaver over the past couple of games. Last week, they trailed big after the first quarter to Hopewell, and we are 5:19 into the first quarter here. Travis back to pass, looking, scrambling, trying to find some room, finds a man open, and does he complete it? No, he was trying to hit P.J. Marino in double coverage. P.J. came back for it, but just not able to bring it in. The ball falls incomplete at the 40, so now another punting situation for the Bobcats.
Yeah, you know what? He threw into double coverage. I mean, it was a jump ball. He's lucky he didn't get that intercepted. I know you want to throw your best player, but you're probably better throwing to the guys in single coverage instead of double coverage. You can't tempt fate like that over and over.
Aaron Lawson is back deep for Central Valley on the far hash mark. He is set up around the 34, 35-yard line. Ty Koski, the punter. The snap back, and he gets it away. No pressure. End over end kick. It is a bit on the short side and out of bounds. It may not have made it to the 50. Here comes the back judge. He's at the 50, and he's coming closer and closer.
Wow.
He's going to say that it went out of bounds at the 45, so Ty Koski having a difficult time as a punter so far.
2 punts, that one not very good either, and they're trying to keep it away from the to try not to let them run the ball back, but both times now Central Valley in Beaver territory to start their drive. And, you're on the road. Don't be surprised to see some big plays early.
Twin wide receivers near side. They're in single coverage. Does he see it? Nope. Hands it off. Dive play to Ethan Shearer up the middle, pickup of 2.
Now, Beaver's line not fooled. I mean, you're running the ball out of formations that are heavy pass formations, but Beaver's line doing a pretty good job up the middle. So the line play for both teams has been really good so far.
Central Valley, 4 wide receivers, and it looks as though Beaver is going with just 4 defensive backs. Zone coverage at this point. 2nd down and 7. Handoff once again, and taken down at the 41-yard line. Great play by the Beaver defense. That one led by Sincere Sly, 6'1", 175, the senior defensive end.
How about this? Fried Transportation Instant Update Desk, Riverside, 14-0 over New Brighton. New Brighton having a tough time after having a successful non-conference. Last week loses, and this week down early.
Wow,
that's going to be very interesting. We got them next week home with Elwood City.
3rd and 6 now, back to pass, looking, has a man. Does he make the completion? Yes, he does. Braddock Ambrose looking to make a connection with Antonio Perry, the 5'9", 170-pound junior for Central Valley. That's a first down pickup.
Stop and turn. You go down, you go 10 yards out, you turn. Is the ball going to be waiting for you? The ball was a little late from Ambrose, but it was a good throw, and the DB bit on the fake, and he was back about 5 yards by the time the ball got there. He did make the tackle, but another second or two, that ball could have been intercepted, so that's a timing route.
Ambrose under center. Ethan Bosco behind him. Takes the dive play, gets maybe 1 to the 30 and no more. And that defensive line just collapsing, led by Landon Wilkins and Colton Robinson.
Both teams on the defensive line right now is probably the best thing about both teams. You can't run up the middle on either of these teams.
So 2nd and 9. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Handoff, trying to get outside. Beaver looks as though they're stringing it out, and they did successfully. Pickup of maybe a couple of yards on that play. And in on the tackle, Alex Korzinski and also Isaac Sessi. No, I'm sorry, no, not Isaac Sessi. Jonah Justice.
Does it surprise you that after both of these teams scored a ton of points last week that we were in a defensive battle early? It doesn't surprise me. I'm guessing both of these coaches knew that they're going to have to play better defense against each other tonight.
3rd and 7. Swings it out to the wide side and trying to get first down pickup, but he's going to come up short, about 3 yards short on that play. Aaron Lawson from his wide receiver position not able to get to the first down marker, so now it's a decision here.
They're going to kick a field goal again. This will be about a 40-yarder. I think. Maybe I'm wrong about this. It looks to me.
I think they're going to go for it.
You're right. I think you're right.
Out there.
I don't either. Interesting. Maybe they're going to try to draw them off sides.
T formation. Ambrose under center. Takes the handoff one way, back the other way. Flags on the field. And that nice pickup for a first down by Ethan Shearer.
We'll see if it comes back. Usually a call like that's either somebody jumped or holding. The side judge going to talk to the ref. Going to talk about it. Central Valley listening closely. Are they moving back? We'll find out.
Official with the call, sideline warning against Beaver.
Oh, that's what it was. That's
Play stands, first down.
Interesting. They're going to call a timeout. I think Beaver. Nope. Nope, I'm wrong. Okay. Hey, big play by Central Valley there.
So we're looking at 1st and 10 from the 16. Central Valley set up right in the middle of the field. 3 running backs across in a T formation. Hands it off over that right side and stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Ethan Bosco, the freshman, given the carry, but stopped up once again. Sincere Sly in on the tackle, leading the charge for the Bobcats.
The last play, the first down play, they went over the left side. They went over the left guard. That was successful. Up the middle, still, again, a couple yards, that's it.
Central Valley now in a 2nd and 9, coming up on 1 minute to go in the first quarter. The Bobcats really not able to do anything offensively, and a little bit of a struggle defensively too. But once again, they make a big stop on second down. Ethan Shearer, no gain on that play. So a third down from the 14. They have to get down to the 6.
Question becomes, do you throw the ball here again to try to get the first down? They sacked him the last time they were in third down position, but they know they got a good kicker, so it's not a must first down. They're leading the game. Should get a playoff before the end of the first quarter. Leading on the road, you're probably going to be safe if you don't make it and probably kick a field goal.
Under 18 seconds, play clock is at 9. Back to pass, looking, has a man open, completed at the 6. Is it enough for a first down? No, they're actually going to call him down closer to the 7. So it sets up what looks to be a 4th and 1. And now they bring the big guys in. And that'll take us down to the end of the first quarter, and they will change sides. And we'll take a break with them. Once again, at the end of 1, it's 3-0 Central Valley over Beaver on Beaver County Radio.
When you talk about community involvement and safety, the name Fry stands at the forefront in Beaver County. Fry Transportation's mission is to continue to raise the bar as the gold standard in their industry by providing the safest, most reliable, and cost-efficient transportation service in Beaver County through their strong relationships with their communities, best-in-their-class drivers, equipment, and technology. There's nothing more important than the safety of their students, employees, and community members. Fry Transportation, where the quality of their organization is characterized by the makeup of the individual behind the wheel.
All right, so at the end of 1, Central Valley up 3-0 on Beaver. It's a close game. What do you think about where we are so far?
Beaver has a tough time on their offense, and then their punting hasn't been great. Central Valley has started at midfield on both drives, and Beaver's come up with some big defensive plays, but field position's winning out right now. And what's part of that is the kicking game. As you mentioned early on, they've put 2 into the end zone. Beaver started at the 20 both times. Here's one team starting at the 20 twice, and here's the other team starting at the 50 and then the 45 of the home team. So field position is winning, and that's the big part of this game so far.
Throughout the course of this game, we'll be getting updates from Joe from Boom Pile DIY Solar. Latest from him on Avonworth and Hopewell. Avonworth up 6-3. They are in the first quarter. So now Central Valley T formation, 4th and 1. Beaver needs to make a big stop. Can they do it? It doesn't look as though they did. Dive play by Braddock Ambrose for the first down. Got just inside the 6. Yeah. They're going to move the chains for a 1st and goal.
Yeah, he's got just enough. I mean, he got probably about a half a yard more than the sticks, so Beaver thought they stopped him, but he did not. So that is a first down. This is important. I mean, when you're only right now, the pace of this game, 2 times each having a ball a quarter, if you're going to score both times, that's huge.
Fakes the handoff one way, back the other, and in for a score. Touchdown, Ethan Bosco. He was set up in the T formation. He was on the left side of that T. They faked it on the dive play with the fullback, gave it to him across the other way, able to break through the end zone for a touchdown, and Central Valley up now 9-0 on Beaver.
Yeah, you got to kind of wonder now what Beaver is thinking. What's their psyche like? Again, they're a young team too, as is Central Valley, but when you go on the road and you punch the other team in the mouth early twice, Beaver's got an answer.
And they're set for the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So once again, Dominic Pratt coming through, made a field goal earlier, now the extra point, and Central Valley winning 10-0, 11:38 to go until halftime. The Warriors over the Bobcats on Beaver County Radio.
Are you looking for a cigar, tobacco, vape, and roll your own supply store in Beaver County? Visit Vape and Roll With It at 751 Merchant Street, Ambridge, to shop for a variety of the best cigars in the walk-in humidor. They also sell vape juice, disposable vapes, glass, and CBD. You can also view several of their in-store promotions by following Vape and Roll With It on Facebook and Instagram. Visit vapeandrollwithit.com for more information. Don't worry about prices or stress, just roll with it. Open 7 days a week on Merchant Street in Ambridge. That's Vape and Roll With It.
I think Beaver likes to play from behind.
Yeah, they must.
They were down twice last week by 2 scores each time. One early, one late in the fourth quarter, but they figured out a way of being able to come back. What that does is it makes the team think, listen, it doesn't make a difference that we're down by 10. No big deal. We're still in this.
But Central Valley's designing their game plan to stop them. Hopewell, not quite the defense Central Valley is.
Here comes the kickoff. It's high and it is deep, and it will go in and out of the end zone for a touchback, third touchback on the night.
20-yard line.
Dominic Pratt.
20-yard line. They got a first down last time, but still had to punt from inside the 30. You've got to be able to at least get up to midfield, because if you're not scoring, you want to win the field position game. You can't have Central Valley starting in your territory every game, or else this game is going to be an easy one for Central Valley. Beaver can't afford to be down too much against this team.
Travis Clear with wide receivers on either side. 3 running backs, 2 in wing formations. Quick hit pass out to the left side and in and out of the hands of Micah Pupi, and sets up a 2nd and 10. And they've been behind the sticks like this through most of the game so far.
Yeah, they have. And he was turning and looking to run upfield before he had the ball. He would have got about 5 or 6 yards. They're right on him. They're not giving him a cushion.
Similar formation. Shotgun, back to pass, same route and same result. Out just beyond the outstretched arms of Micah Pupi, and now a 3rd and 10.
That's not a good pass right there. His receiver turns, but he's upfield, and you throw it toward the sideline, and he had to reach for it. Now, could he have caught it? Maybe, but that was a good hard pass, and you got to put it on the numbers. You have to. So, Clear not as accurate as he's been so far tonight.
Same formation. Back to pass, out to the flat, and then hit immediately in the flat. And an injured Central Valley Warrior coming up and hitting Jonah Justice on that one. And that one was Braylon Naskick. Braylon Naskick leveled the hit, but he got the bigger brunt of that one. Out come the training staff, and he got up under his own power. Hopefully he'll be fine.
I'm not positive who it was. I think it might have been Ethan Bosco, the freshman, outside linebacker. It came up on a blitz and forced Clear to throw it earlier. He didn't get a chance to look at his other options, left and right. Went with the first option because he saw a guy in his face. So the blitz by Central Valley, everything that they're doing is working so far. 3 and out, another punt for Beaver.
And back deep for the return for Beaver is Lawson. The kick is high, and it is away, and it is short. And this time it takes what looks to be a Beaver bounce, and it does, just beyond the 50-yard line. Here comes a flag on the play.
They touched it,
That could be against Beaver. Let's see what the flag says. So the possession right now is right at the 50-yard line, but the back judge threw a flag back to the 36. And it looked as though it was about an engagement between a Beaver player.
Yeah. Yep. Ooh. Both.
Okay.
Both guys get called for it, so no advantage. 3 straight possessions, all 3 at midfield or in Beaver territory. This doesn't bode well for the Bobcats. You can't. There's going to be a timeout. I believe someone's calling a timeout.
All right, we are going to go to timeout with him. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Beaver County Radio.
Hey you, looking to finally wrap up that big project but can't find that last tool you need to get the job done? Go to D&G Rentals. D&G Rentals of Beaver Falls is the multi-tool of Northwest Pittsburgh in finding equipment rentals of all kinds. Whether it's renting a straight head grinder for a week or a circular saw for a few hours, D&G has you covered with everything you need for bargain prices. Visit D&G Rentals in Beaver Falls today and indulge in the most complete equipment rental store Northwest Pittsburgh has to offer.
All right, so Central Valley now. Another great field position to start this. They're at the 50-yard line. If you are listening on radio, they're at the near hash mark. Don't forget, you can always watch this game on Beaver County Radio on Facebook and on YouTube. Braddock Ambrose in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. Back to pass, looking toward the top. Man-and-man coverage, has a man wide open. He got 6, but there's a flag on the play. That was a big one right there.
It might come back, but I'm telling you
Connor Fitzgerald, the sophomore, wide open, but what's the call?
I didn't get a chance. Oh, it's on Beaver. That's 6 points.
You got to wonder, it was just a matter of time because Beaver was playing a lot of isolated coverage with their corners on the outside, and their corners are a bit on the young side. They have a junior and 2 sophomores in their defensive backfield. The only senior is P.J. Marino, and he wasn't in coverage on that one.
I didn't have the time to say it. I was thinking to myself, you got them up 10-0. Now it's time to go for the kill. And this is the kind of stuff Aliquippa does, and I was not surprised they went for it. One-on-one coverage, easy, good pass, better catch, easy TD. They're making it look easy.
And now they're going for the extra point with 11 minutes to go before halftime. The kick is up, and the kick is good. It is 17-0. Central Valley on top of Beaver. 11 minutes to go until halftime on Beaver County Radio.
Before and after school care will now be provided at the Beaver County YMCA for students enrolled in the New Brighton and Rochester school districts. Children in this program have the chance to do homework, make friends, and have fun. We're also excited to introduce Preschool Light, designed to help children learn through socialization, art, language development, and much more. For more information, please visit our website, www.beavercountymca.org.
Latest update from Boom Pile DIY Solar. Joe tells us that it's Avonworth up by 4 over Hopewell, 7-3. Latest score is still in the first quarter. And so now here at Beaver, the Bobcats trailing 17-0, not where they wanted to be. And so far they've not been able to show a whole lot. Let's go to Tank Latham on the sideline. Tank, with the sideline report, the Lisa Latham team brokered by eXp Realty sideline report. What do you think that Central Valley is doing, Tank, that's keeping Beaver from being able to move the ball on offense?
I definitely think you guys are hitting the nail on the head with position, guys. Like, they are starting every possession they have inside their own 50, and that is definitely playing havoc on Beaver's defense and on their offense. They can't get anything started. Somebody from Beaver's got to make a spark, and the sideline's a little dead right now.
And that kick was a bit on the short side and taken by a Beaver Bobcat inside the 5. Will ultimately be tackled down inside the 5-yard line at the 3. Jax Weiss, the freshman, came up to get it, misjudged the distance on it. I think he thought it was going out of the end zone, and it fell at the 5.
It fell at the 5 and kicked back, and he realized, I better cover this. And then he went to a knee as he tried to pick it up, thus downing himself. That's why they've got the ball at the 2-yard line. Wow. This is not good for a team that's down 17-0. They need to get some first downs. They got to start moving the ball now.
2 wide receivers wide, left and right. Travis Clear, shotgun. Justice on his hip, tries to get out beyond the 2 and had a difficult time. He just made it back to the line of scrimmage. He was fortunate because of the leg push he had that he didn't lose one on that play.
Yeah, and again, up the middle. They're not running well up the middle. And I know you want to get out of the shadow of your goalpost, and I know you don't want to risk, but, throw the ball over the middle. They're not throwing well to the sides. They haven't thrown over the middle yet. They haven't thrown long except one time, and it wasn't a great pass. So they're not going to win this game if they can't throw over the middle and they can't get more than a few yards at a time.
Clear with his running back on his hip. Back to pass, one step, makes the connection. That one out to P.J. Marino, out close to the 9-yard line. So a nice pickup. They got 7. They needed to get to the 12. They're going to call them short by about 3 yards. So a 3rd and 3 here for the Bobcats. Beaver now, 3 wide receivers to the near side, and a whistle stops the play. There's a flag on the field around the 8-yard line. Who are they going to call it on? This could be huge. Offsides against Central Valley. It's one of those ones where you get first downs any way you can, and it seems as though so far they are getting first downs as easily with penalties as they are with plays. Mekhi Ahmed, number 33, the cornerback, called offsides. So now it's 1st and 10 for Beaver, and they're at their 14-yard line. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Screen pass. Got it. Has a couple of blockers. First down pickup and a whole lot more all the way out beyond the 30-yard line. Nice play.
There you go.
That's what you need if you're
Exactly.
Beaver. You're looking for something to get you going, and that did it. Jonah Justice on the screen play.
Wondering when Court Rouse and his offensive staff were going to start changing the play calling. Those out passes, their DBs of Central Valley are making the quick tackles. They're not getting much running up the middle. They've got to loosen this defense up, and that's one way to do it.
First down out to the 32. Handoff one more time. Justice this time all the way out to the 37. So a nice pickup of 5 on first down.
So what that does now is you've got 2 downs. 2 downs to get 5 yards. You can run it again, no problem. If you can get 2 and 3 yards, great. You don't have to pass the ball. You could if you want to, but 5 yards on first down makes so much easier on offense.
2 wide receivers to the near side. Tight ends bookending. And now Jonah Justice following his big tight end on the right side, able to get a first down pickup all the way out to the 44. And now Beaver with their most impressive drive so far on the night.
Even if they don't score, Central Valley likely doesn't get the ball back in Beaver territory. This is a good drive so far.
Yeah, able to flip the field on this drive so far, it looks like. Similar formation. And a fumble, and it's recovered by Beaver. The lineman for Central Valley was getting up from the block and didn't realize the ball was on the ground, and it was recovered by a lineman. Number 51, Tyler Lutton, looks as though he was the one who was able to fall on it.
I tell you what, man, that they lose that, then this could become a game like we saw at the end of the year in the playoffs against Beaver. You start making mistakes, Central Valley's they're gonna go for the kill.
Tight ends on either side, man in motion. Hands it off, looking for some room up the middle, not able to find it, able to get 1, and that is all. Just a 1-yard pickup on that play for Avery Scales.
You're down 17-0. You change your offense, you screen pass, you run behind a tight end. They had not done that. They start moving the ball, they go right back up the middle. Up the middle has not worked. They've got to think outside the box and do different things against this Central Valley team, not running into their strength. It's not working. They got to do something there. Now it's a 3rd and 9 now. So
4 wide receivers now, 2 and 2. Ball near the far hash mark. They're at the 45-yard line. They need to get to the Central Valley 46. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Has a man open. In and out of the hands of Micah Pupi.
Wow.
At the 40, he had an easy first down pickup deep into Central Valley territory, but just not able to close his hands around that ball.
That was a decent throw. That should have been caught. Poopy should have had 2 of the 3 that he's let go through his hands, and now they've got a punt. But Central Valley, unless they get a good run back, shouldn't have the ball at midfield. So Beaver at least shows some positives there. But, boy, Poopy's got to concentrate. He's just not, and it's cost him.
And now set back for the punt. Ty Koski gets it away at around the 33. High spiraling kick, and then taken and muffed. It's on the ground. Who has it? Beaver has it. Beaver has it at the 16-yard line. Aaron Lawson just unable to field that kick. The coverage was right there in front of him. He lost focus and concentration. The ball hit the ground and then tried to fall on it, and then Beaver able to recover. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
I'll tell you one thing, why he did not fair catch that, or did he? I don't think he did. And if you can't catch it, but the spiral on that, the way it came down, well, here's Beaver's golden opportunity to get right back in this game.
Everybody's in tight for Beaver. Handoff, Jonah Justice, and he's taken down in the backfield. He was rocked 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Lucas Garovec, the 6'3", 225-pound senior coming off that right end.
And he was unblocked. No one touched him. I don't think a hand got on that young man. He hit that back as soon as he got the ball. They're lucky they didn't fumble. Big first down play now. Beavers, I wouldn't be surprised if Beaver calls a timeout here, and I think they just did. Yep. No, this is Central Valley's timeout.
All right, we'll take the timeout with them. We have an update for you, Joe, from Boom Pow DIY Solar with the latest from Avonworth with the Hopewell Avonworth game. Check out what Joe has to offer at boompowsolar.net.
Hey, first quarter over here. Thanks, Mangino. Mike, Hopewell took with 6 minutes off the clock as Rocco Mark Antonio kicks a 30-yard field goal to make it 3-0 with 5:42 left in the first. Pitch and catch Bellinger to Luca Neal, 35 yards. Avonworth running off deep into Viking territory as Bellinger and connects to Marco Arillo with 1:50 left. Basically, the first quarter, Hopewell is losing 7-3. I'm Boom Pow, DIY Solar, 844 Boom Pow. Back to Mike and Mangino.
Thank you very much. Do appreciate that. And we are just a few seconds left in this timeout. So this is a very important drive for Beaver. I mean, you're down 17-0, 6:30 to go until halftime. This is a golden opportunity, but that big play coming off the end by Lucas Garovic, setting them back second and what looks to be 13. Jonah Justice over the right side, able to get down close to the 15, maybe the original line of scrimmage, and no more for the senior.
Brings them to 3rd and 11. Quickly from the Fry Transportation Instant Update Desk, Tank is telling us Riverside 21-0, 9 minutes to go against New Brighton in the first quarter, and Freedom is at 7-7 with, I can't remember who they're playing.
Travis Clear, shotgun. Here comes a flag from the back judge. This one was a sideline warning against Central Valley, it looks like. 5:59 to go. Everybody lines back up again. Ball right between the hash marks. Travis Clear with Jonah Justice on his hip. Back to pass, looking. Pressure's coming. Throws it toward the end zone. Has a man. Touchdown, Beaver. Great catch. Number 47, Brennan Kostiak, the tight end. He's the sophomore. Last year, we were impressed with him playing defensive end as a freshman, and he came in for the big play there to put Beaver up on the board and get this thing close. Now it's within 11.
And that was, I just looked it up, and Tank also told me Elwood and Freedom 7-7 in the second quarter on the Fried Transportation Instant Updates. That was nice. The receiver pulled away from the DB.
It was a muffed snap. The holder wasn't able to control it, and it went back to the kicker, Ty Koski, tried to advance it, and then was tackled. And so Beaver with just 6 points on the board, trailing by 11, 17-6, 5:46 to go until halftime on Beaver County Radio.
Looking for that special home or wanting to sell yours? Let the Lisa Latham team, brokered by eXp Realty, help you. Hi, I'm Tank Latham, and our goal is to make you feel comfortable whether buying or selling. Lisa and I strive to make the process as smooth and as easy as possible. We invite you to visit the all-new eXp office located at 926 3rd Avenue, New Brighton. Give us a call at 724-307-5472. Check out Beaver County home inventory on our website, lisalatham.com. The Lisa Latham team, results that move you.
How important was that score?
Huge. I mean, you can't win this game if you're down 24-0 against Central Valley. Coming back against them is different than coming back against Hopewell. They've a lot of positive plays. I think they've fixed their offense for now, but they've got to fix the defense. They got to hold Central Valley. Even if they don't get the ball back with much time, down 17-6 is a little bit different than down possibly 20-6, 24-6, 24-0. So big score there.
Ty Koski with the kickoff. It is high, it is deep, and it is in and out of the end zone. Let's go to Tank Latham on the sideline. Tank with the latest in the Lisa Latham team, brokered by eXp Realty sideline report. Your thoughts about what Beaver was able to do in that drive for 6?
That was a great job by the Beaver coaching staff, slowing the game down, making it their game. The offensive line was able to take control there. Very smart play calling with the screen against an aggressive defense. I think we're in for a good game here tonight, folks.
Braddock Ambrose out to the left side, and then a timeout. This one, timeout called by Kurt Rouse of the Beaver Bobcats, just not liking what he was seeing when it comes to his defense and the way Central Valley was set up for offense. And I'll tell you what, since they're taking a timeout, let's do that with them. Back in 30 seconds on Beaver County Radio.
Patriot Home Care is now hiring caregivers. Are you a caring and compassionate individual looking for a reliable income with benefits? Then call Patriot Home Care today. Benefits include health insurance, life insurance, paid vacation after 1 year, and 1.5 times hourly pay for overtime plus holiday hours. Patriot Home Care employees provide personal care, conversation and companionship, medication reminders, light housekeeping and laundry, meal preparation, and errands. Start your career in home care today and call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or apply online at patriothomecare.org.
Central Valley up 17-6. Don't forget, you can always watch the game on Facebook and our YouTube channel. Just look Beaver County Radio. Listen to the game wherever you are on the radio, on Beaver County Radio. We have high school football for you all season long, all the way through as far as Beaver County teams will get us to the state championship. Central Valley die play right up the middle, and Beaver just bottling it up. Ethan Shearer with no place to go. That one, Landon Wilkins, the 6'1", 285-pound sophomore, stuffing that gap.
A lot of coaches do not call timeouts like that, but Court Rouse decides, hey, look, I got two of them, and I got to get my defense straight because they got to stop them here. They cannot let this team march down and score on them. They want to get the ball back and get this game closer at halftime.
They're playing two deep safeties now, trusting their front seven to be able to stop Braddock Ambrose and Ethan Shearer. This handoff over that left side, breaking it to the outside, has the first down and a whole lot more out to the 40, makes the man miss out to midfield, and finally taken down. What a run.
Yeah, he came from the right side. He was in a wide receiver position, came through, got the ball on a sweep, and Beaver didn't recognize it, didn't get linebackers out there, got a good block, and the DBs couldn't catch up to him. Boy, Shearer is a fast individual, and if you don't get body on him right away, next thing you know, you got 30 yards in your midfield.
3 wide receivers, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom, ball on the far hash mark. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, play action, man over the middle. Does he make the connection? He does, inside the 25-yard line, all the way down inside the 20. So in the red zone for Central Valley, this one, number 2, Antonio Perry, the junior, just 5'9", 170 on a crossing route deep down the middle. It was a pitch and catch.
But how about this? He rolls out. Everybody bites on the fake. He's got nobody near him within, 15 yards? Nobody pressuring Ambrose. Daylight all the way down. Threads the needle. Perfect pass. Beautiful execution for Central Valley.
Ambrose with Bosco behind him in the lone setback position. And he fumbles the ball. Does Beaver get it? He may. The Beaver players are saying they've got it, and no, Central Valley, it looks as though they have it. The officials are saying no, it's second down.
It's almost as if Central Valley, they're mad at themselves for the fumble before, and they say, look, we know we can beat you, and we're going to change up our offense against you, and we're going to march down and score. Right now, it seems like the only thing that's going to hurt Central Valley is Central Valley, so you can't afford to keep fumbling.
4 wide receivers set, 2 and 2. Ambrose with Ethan Shearer. Wide receiver screen out to the flat. Has it, makes 2 men miss. Touchdown. Wow. Made it look way too easy.
Impressive
Aaron
play.
Lawson on the reception. There was man-on-man coverage on the outside. He made his man miss, then made the other defender miss, able to walk into the end zone untouched. That was an easy 6 for Central Valley.
What was that, about 20 yards, 19 yards? Because they took it off the clock right away. I think it was about 20 yards.
So that was totally an 80-yard drive for Central Valley in very short work. 3:47 to go until halftime. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Aaron Lawson trying to do what he can to make up for that punt that he muffed that gave Beaver the opportunity to score their 6 points tonight. And then 2 big plays, one on a sweep and then the other one on that pitch and catch out to the flat, making 2 men miss and putting up 6.
I like both quarterbacks, but boy, this Ambrose kid's impressing me. His throws are line drives on accurate. His throws are accurate. and then his receivers are making plays. On the other side, Clear's been not as accurate. I think a lot of that has to do with more protection for Ambrose than you are for Clear. Beaver's like this close to being right in this game, but they're also this close to getting blown out in this game. So they got to be careful here. If they get a couple first downs, you don't want to give Central Valley the ball again and have them be at 31-6. I mean, and then basically the game's almost over. I know they're good for coming back, but you got to think about who you're playing. You're playing against a team that went to the WFL final last year,
right?
Brings back a lot of kids that are experienced, and now these young men, Ambrose and the other guys, just like Beaver, played in a good system, and Mark Lyons and his crew have this team ready, and so far they've stopped Beaver except for the last drive. Beaver needs to really step things up here.
Dominic Pratt now set to kick off. He's been hitting it out of the end zone. The last kick, though, fell around the 5, and the Beaver deep return men misplayed it, and they had to set up at their own 2 and fall on the ball. This one is a short kick at around the 18, and once again, it just wasn't handled correctly. Avery Scales unable to jump on it and be able to pick it up and run with it. He ultimately has to fall on it. So now, this time, it's Beaver inside their own 20.
I mean, those are the kind of things, how often is that practiced? And you've got to get those kids, they got to know you got to hold on to that ball. You can't muff it. We saw what happened in the Steeler game last week. Led to their demise. And this is a situation where here's Beaver. They don't even get a chance for a run back. Ball inside the 20. So either way, bad field position for Beaver.
So they set up with 4 wide receivers wide, 3 to the top, 1 to the near side, ball on the near hash mark. Travis Clear takes it back, fakes the handoff, pressure's coming, finds a man and immediately taken down and broken up. He was looking for P.J. Marino on that one, and that pass play was broken up by number 3 on that play, and that is Brady Knoll. 6 foot 170 senior from his cornerback position.
I got to tell you, Central Valley smells blood. You can tell it's sharks in the water here. They smell blood. They want to stop them here. They want the ball back. You could just tell.
Travis Clear, 3 wide receivers, top, 1 bottom. Trying to get set up, figuring out what the play is going to be on a 2nd and 10. From their own 17-yard line. Low snap. Quick hitch. Pupi has it at the 23, 24-yard line, and he's out, 24-yard line, so they're going to call it a 3rd and what looks to be 4 here.
Same plays that really haven't gotten them a lot of yards. They're good for 3 or 4 yards. Another one like that gets them a first down. Got to keep the sticks moving.
One of the things that Central Valley is doing well is playing 2 deep safeties and controlling the line of scrimmage on the run game and getting pressure too. Man open over the middle and broken up. Number 2 coming in and busting things up, Antonio Perry. Clear was looking for P.J. Marino over the middle, outside the 40, but just not able to make that connection.
And I know people were thinking, hey, look, it's 4th and 3. That's not too far to go. You cannot go for this and miss it. You have to punt and hope your defense is up to the task. And Central Valley did exactly what they wanted to do. They're going to get the ball back with 3 minutes to go. And the way they carved up the defense last time, look out.
Mekhi Ahmed is back at the 42-yard line to return. Koski with the kick. It is away. It is end over end, and it is short. And it's going to go out of bounds deep in the Beaver territory. Inside the 45, inside the 40. They're coming all the way to the 34-yard line of Beaver. So Central Valley has it with 3:05 to go until halftime.
I'm going to ask Tank a question. Tank, how deflating is it when you're coaching a team, when you know you've got to get a couple first downs and you don't want your defense on the field? How deflating is that for a team?
We'll get back to Tank here in a moment.
He's got it.
And here we go. Rutherford under center. Quick toss out to Shearer. Shearer looking for some room. Bounces it outside. He may have 6 again. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Ethan Shearer, the senior. It's 30-6. Central Valley all over Beaver. Wow.
Wow, exactly. This is very, very, very much like what happened to them in the playoff game last year. They've got punched in the mouth a couple times. They have not responded, and Central Valley is a very, very good team. I don't want to say great, not yet, and they know how to put a team away.
They are set for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick, up, and good. Dominic Pratt, perfect so far on extra points tonight. 2:56 to go until halftime. 31-6 Central Valley on Beaver County Radio.
This is Cindy Haladio for Friendly Federal Credit Union with a sizzling update. Hot weather can be uncomfortable, especially when your air conditioning needs fixed. Hot deals, well, that's a different story, right? Friendly Federal Credit Union is offering hot deals on home equity loans. Now, about that air conditioning, beat the heat and get the money to fix the thing with a hot deal home equity loan at Friendly Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Not the score that we were anticipating at the beginning of this game. Considering what Beaver was able to do against Hopewell last week, and even though they were down, able to come back and find it within them to fight their way back into that game and ultimately win that. They, too, had a difficult schedule at the beginning of the season, a non-conference schedule. And now down by, oh, my goodness, what looks to be, 25 points going into halftime. And there's still 3 minutes left. And if they don't move the ball, Central Valley could go up.
This team has scored. This team has scored every time they've had the ball.
The kick is away, and it is in and out of the end zone. So now Beaver will get it 1st and 10 on their 20. And at this point, you just want to be able to hold the ball until halftime.
This is reminiscent of what happened against Avonworth in a playoff game last year. You beat them at the end of the season. You play them in the second playoff game. You had a first-round bye. You weren't ready. You got blown out. They have not had any resistance on their last every drive. I mean, their defense just has caved and not done a good job. And now, if you don't get a first down, they can get the ball back again.
Low snap, clear. Screen pass. Shearer has it. I'm sorry, not Shearer. Jonah Justice. Out, first down pickup all the way out to the 33-yard line.
That play has worked twice. Now, I know you don't want to do it every play, but that play is working more than those sideline passes for 4 and 5 yards. That's how they're moving the ball. Go right, go left, go across the middle. They've got to do different things if they want to come back in this game. Those 5 yards and out aren't going to work. It's going to take too long to score. This is how they scored against Hopewell. Bigger passes, big blocks, first downs, and moving the sticks.
4 wide receivers are set, 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Ball on the far hash mark. Travis Clear rolling to his right, has a man wide open, in and out of the hands of his receiver. He was trying to connect with number 26, Braylon Mabin.
Wow.
The junior, but just not able to make that connection. That would have been a first down pickup.
Timeout for Central Valley. You know what, Robert? I mean, that's 4 drop passes on balls. 3 of them should have been caught. I mean, that's a catch as a receiver. You got to make it. You got to make those catches. You have to. I mean, it's too many in a game like this. That hurts them. And, you know, I mean, you still got time to score this quarter. You still got time to at least get it to respectability. But, you know, you're going to have to in the second half. I'm not saying shut out Central Valley completely, but you're going to really have to step it up on defense because I just can't imagine Central Valley just getting so conservative where they don't score points or have field control position. They still got the good kicker. They still got a great defense. They're going to be tough to come back on this team.
And Central Valley, like you mentioned earlier, has yet to be stopped. They've scored on every possession.
I mean, the field goal on the one, but, you know, hey, they took the early points because you're on the road and you don't know for sure what their defense is going to bring early, so you take the points. Mark Lyons coaches his team really well. I don't want to make it like Hopewell isn't good. They're a very good team, but Central Valley and Hopewell, there's a little bit of a difference yet. We're going to find out what happens when those two play. But now this is setting up Central Valley Hopewell, Central Valley Avonworth. Some great games coming down the line.
Latest update from Joe from Boom Pow. Avonworth up 21-6 on Hopewell. And they're in the second. Travis Clear, 3 wide receivers near, looking, has a wide receiver throwing into coverage, and Micah Pupi not able to get that one. That was beyond his outstretched hands there. there just isn't this synchron. They're not in sync at all so far with Travis Clear with his receivers.
Good point.
Just a couple of passes just beyond the outstretched hands, and then you have one that gets dropped, and then just not what they were obviously last week when he led the entire WPIAL in passing. Back to pass, another screen pass, and this one to the 40-45, trying to get to the 48-yard line, just short. That was a 3rd and 10 play. They got 8 on that one. And then you wonder, do you go ahead and go for it here? They're 2 yards short.
Yeah, at this point, I mean,
maybe
you're down
a long
31-6.
Maybe a long one.
Yeah, you're down 25, and you only got 2 quarters to go. And again, like I said, you're going to have to really shut this team out. I go for it.
They're going for it. They're coming up on 2 minutes to go until halftime. Same formation. Ball on the far hash mark. They're trying to get Central Valley to jump. Not happening so far. Play clock is down to 3, 2, and they're going to take a timeout.
Yeah, I
and
see
decide
that.
what they're going to do. Are they going to go for it here on 4th down, or do you go ahead and punt it away?
No.
This is a difficult one because if you punt it away, granted, Central Valley may not have enough time to score, but they've also shown they can score pretty quickly. It may be enough time anyway, and you're not punting all that well, so maybe you move them back 25 or 30 yards. Maybe you just go ahead and take the shot.
Yeah, if you miss it, then you give them about the 50-yard line. But you're down 25. You've got to score to win this game or hope Central Valley makes more mistakes. Hope's not completely lost, but, you have to make things happen. I believe you have to go out and win a game. If you punt and you're being conservative here, you give yourself no chance to win the game, I believe. I think you go for it here. You hope to get a big play, maybe get some points on the board, get a turnover or two, start things off in the second half.
Right.
And because Central Valley's getting the ball first in the second half.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to call a timeout just a punt.
I agree.
So they have to get to the 48, their own 48. The ball is right between the 46 and the 47. So we'll call it a 1.5 is what they have to get. Same formation, 3 wide receivers to the near side. Justice up the middle. Does he get it?
Nope.
He does not. He is stopped short. He is close, but it looks as though it's going to be short. He had to get all the way to the 48, and it looks as though neither of the referees that are coming in from either side are saying it's going to be that far. Central Valley gets the ball. Central Valley gets them the stop and turns it over on downs. So with 1:38 to go until halftime. Tank's over on the Central Valley sideline, and Tank, any thoughts about the decision to go for it and that particular play call? All right, we'll get to Tank as soon as we can. Central Valley set up with wide receivers on either end. The ball's on the far hash mark. 1 wide receiver over to the right side, single coverage. They hand it off, dive play up the middle out to the 45-yard line. 1:32 and a running clock for Central Valley. They have what looks to be 1 timeout left.
Yeah, they went up into the line, and a lot of coaches go for the kill here. Don't be surprised to see a pass play down the middle and try to score again. I mean, if you got a chance to get your opponent down and you keep them down, that is what you do. And I would not be surprised to see a pass play here. Maybe they're going to be conservative. They don't want to turn the ball over and just run the ball into the line again. But
Braddock Ambrose with an I formation in the shotgun. Hands it off. Dive play right up the middle. Shearer all the way down into first down territory near the 37-yard line. Are they going to move the sticks? They shall.
Yeah.
First down for Central Valley. 50 seconds to go until halftime.
And maybe you'll lull him to sleep. Maybe he's saying to himself, man, we got a nice lead. But you just don't know what coaches are thinking. Seems like they're going to run every time here, but we'll find out.
They're already in field goal position. And on a sweep, Central Valley, and a flag comes in from the far side judge.
And
clock stops at 35 seconds. All right, Central Valley now backed up 5 yards. But
43.
it's interesting.
That would be a 60-yard field goal from right there.
He made it from 60 in warm-ups.
I know. I was watching him because I was down there. He was hitting the shed 15, 20 yards past the goalpost from 35 and 40 yards. So he's got a leg.
And he is Dominic Pratt, the 5'11", 175-pound junior. Handoff. Shearer has it. No, he doesn't. Pitches it out to the wide side. What a great fake by Braddock Ambrose. He faked the dive play to Ethan Shearer, tossed it outside. Nice pickup of about 7 on that play to the 35-yard line. He got to get out of bounds with 9 seconds to go.
Are they going to do it right now? No. He didn't bring him on, did he?
No, it doesn't look like he's on.
They got 9 seconds.
Yet.
They got a timeout. You're right. So even if you run the ball, if you throw a pass and it's incomplete, but I think they're going to try to get position here, call a timeout. And I think if they don't get a touchdown, they're going to go for it.
Yep. Quarterback sneak down to the 33-yard line. Timeout for Coach Lyons. He's going to bring his kicker out.
From 50. So that'll be interesting.
Yes, Dominic Pratt. He has been hitting it out of the end zone on every kickoff that he's intended to. And he is remarkable on extra points, extremely accurate, 12 of 13, 3 of 4 on field goals. His longest of the season is 42, and this will be from 50.
You don't see in high school football most of the time, you do not see, and I've never seen a 50-yarder. I've seen a couple kids attempting them, but I've not seen a kid kick one from that far, and you usually don't in this area. We have some good soccer players, but it's accuracy. You got to have a strong leg, and you have to be accurate. He's got it both, but he's going to be from 50.
And you got to wonder if Beaver is going to call timeout to ice him.
They could, and that's very good thinking. I wonder if they'll do that. I don't see them talking to a ref yet. I think they're going to let him kick it, but we'll find out. 4 seconds to go.
Okay, so the timeout clock is done, so it's back to 6 seconds. They called timeout, so the play clock is at 17. They have plenty of time for this. Ball's marked just inside the 40. They're going to officially call it a 39-yarder. The kick is away, and the kick is good.
Wow.
There you go. From 49 yards. Wow. Dominic Pratt. Now, they may give him 50 because he was closer to the 40 than he was to the 39.
Yeah.
NFL, they would have given him a 39-yarder. We'll see what the official tally is, but still, what a kick. So Central Valley going in at halftime, 34-6. Let's see if we have Tank and Coach Lyons. Tank? Okay.
No, his battery died.
All right, so we'll talk to Tank about what happened, what his interview was with Coach Lyons coming up here in a moment. In the meantime, we will be going to the Al's Pizza halftime show. We'll get the latest in scores from the Fry Transportation Update Desk. Sneak peeks at contenders for the CCBC players of the game from both sides, and a whole lot more. It's coming up on halftime, 34-6, Central Valley on Beaver County Radio.
A lot has changed since 1885. That's when my great-grandfather, William Andrew Hartzell, opened the doors to our family-owned and operated funeral home. This is William F. Rick Murphy from the William Murphy Funeral Home Incorporated in Rochester. Together with my son, Brian C. Murphy, we represent a business that is now flourishing into its 5th generation. Throughout that time, we've had the pleasure of experiencing many of local memories that have made Rochester and the surrounding area so great. I'll bet many of you can easily recall the H.C. Fry Glassworks, Barnett's Bootery, or even Kaufman's Department Store with its massive double-decker parking lot.
To put things in perspective, my family was already serving others at their time of need before the automobile had even been invented and the aforementioned businesses started and ended. Our commitment to serve our community with dignity and compassion has allowed...
For today, All Access Automotive, where reliability and transparency come before anything else.
J. Young Refuse and Industry is proud to be an integral part of Beaver County for the past 36 years. Featuring a wide range of recycling services for contracted areas, they are sure to help you get the job done. The J. Young Refuse team of professional drivers consistently exceed...
For information or to find out how you can get involved, visit Drug Free Aliquippa on Facebook. Visit Drug Free Aliquippa on Facebook.
Tri-State Sporting Arms on Main Street in New Brighton is now open. Stop in and explore their extensive selection of high-quality firearms, pistols, and accessories. Tri-State Sporting Arms also pays top dollar for used firearms. Their experienced and highly trained staff is here to assist you in selecting the right firearm for you. Stop on down to Beaver County's newest firearm store, Tri-State Sporting Arms, at 807 3rd Avenue, New Brighton, or check them out on Facebook.
Lace up your cleats and rush on over to Zuki Sports Tavern. From their award-winning wings to their wide selection of ice-cold beverages, Zuki's is the place to go to watch your favorite team. Zuki's also has a plethora of salads, wraps, burgers, appetizers, and more. Don't want to leave and miss the action? Order online at Zukis.com/order. So what are you waiting for? Visit Zuki Sports Tavern in Falston today. Zuki Sports Tavern, big screens, bigger flavor. Stop by today and make your game day count.
You're tuned in to 2025 high school football coverage on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's game is being brought to you by the Lisa and Tank Latham team at eXp Realty, the YMCA, Patriot Home Care, All Access Automotive, Fry Transportation, Vape and Roll With It, Electric Garage Door Sales, Al's Corner, Dr. C. Timothy McDonald's.
Are you looking for a cigar, tobacco, vape, and roll your own supply store in Beaver County? Visit Vape and Roll With It at 751 Merchant Street, Ambridge, to shop for a variety of the best cigars in the walk-in humidor. They also sell vape juice, disposable vapes, glass, and CBD. You can also view several of their in-store promotions by following Vape and Roll With It on Facebook and Instagram. Visit vapeandrollwithit.com for more information. Don't worry about prices or stress, just roll with it. Open 7 days a week on Merchant Street in Ambridge. That's Vape and Roll With It.
If you or someone you know is experiencing homelessness or a housing-related crisis in Beaver County, help is just a call away. The cornerstone of Beaver County provides a pathway home through emergency shelter, housing and utility assistance, and basic needs. To access help or to support the cornerstone of Beaver County's work to ensure housing and hope for everyone in our community, visit cornerstonebeaver.org or call 724-846-6400.
It might be time to repair or replace that old garage door. Call on Robin and her team of expert installers at Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca. Dial 724-774-3200 and your door will work like a charm. Featuring CHI quality garage doors, LiftMaster garage door openers, and over 50 years experience, Robin and her team will get it done right. Electric Garage Door Sales. Give them a call at 724-774-3200 or find them online at electricgaragedoorsales.com.
Not gonna have a lot of time, but you got time. Okay, so we can go to him. And
Welcome back. We are at halftime, and it's 34-6 Central Valley all over Beaver. And we are now going to check in with Joe from Boom Pow DIY Solar. He has an update on the Hopewell Avonworth game. You can find out more about Joe and all he has to offer at boompowsolar.net. Joe?
Mangino, 8:38 left in the second quarter. Rocco Marcantonio kicks a 55-yard field goal to make it 7-6 with 4:51 left in the half. Bellinger hands off to Velocero, Greek kid, 12 yards out, 14-6. Antelopes for the TD run with 3:55 left in the second. Armstrong connects to Trey Cameron for 43 yards, but hold everything, fumble on the play. Wade puts it on the ground with 3:37 left in the half. Antelopes keep moving as a face mask penalty does not help, and they move up 15 yards. Bellinger quarterback sneak for 18 yards as the Lopes ready to put in for another with 1:59 left in the half. The Lopes miss a 25-yard field goal. Hopewell on the move. Armstrong to Wade, 40-yard pitch and catch, but just like that, Armstrong throws an interception, a touchdown return, 50 yards. Luca Neal is Avonworth takes a 50-yard with the touchdown, 1:21 left in the second. Now the score in the second, 21-6, with 37 seconds left in the half. Bellinger to Jay Jones, 51 yards, pass, beautiful catch, pitch and catch, 28 yards. or 28-6. The Vikings are on the ropes. 28-6. Halftime just ended. So listen, I'm Boom Pile DIY Solar. I'm A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. I got a 50-50 split. I'm looking to work with roofers, electricians, plumbers, realtors, mortgage brokers. It's simple. Get an electric bill, give me a call, 50-50 splits, 1-844-BOOM-POW. I'm the superhero of energy savings. Once again, it's 28-6. Vikings are losing right now. And back to Mangino and Mike.
Thank you very much. Do appreciate that. So 28-6, Avonworth all over Hopewell tonight. And we'll get more updates from Joe throughout the course of the evening. Let's take a look at scores from the Fry Transportation Update Desk from around the Beaver Valley area. Laurel and Rochester, and it's Laurel all over the Rams. 40-0 at halftime. Rochester, they were at a point they was concerned about whether or not they could have enough guys to even field a team.
Yeah, and that's I said it last week, and if they got canceled last week, more kids are going to get hurt. I'm a little worried they might not finish the season.
West Allegheny is being blanked by Peters Township, 21-0 at half.
Peters pretty good. West Allegheny in a lull year, I would say. They're not top. They're not to their top, what they usually are.
Beaver Falls getting closer and closer to that win. They trailed the Warriors of Mohawk just 6-0 at halftime.
You know, Mohawk's not a bad team. We saw last week what they did against Western Beaver. They outplayed Western Beaver in the first half. It's a lot for turnovers. They could have won that game. That was a winnable game last week, and this is a winnable game this week too.
The Freedom Bulldogs and the Elwood City Wolverines, they too are at halftime. Freedom trailing by 7, 14-7.
Both teams a little bit better coming into the season than I thought. I saw Freedom play already. They got, again, 3 nice running backs. They got a nice line. We're going to catch them sometime down the line as well. That's a nice little team there. That's a good game.
Amber is looking for a win, and they may be getting it. 28-14 on Greensburg-Salem at the half.
Sherman McBride told me Wednesday that, hey, look, we are not losing confidence. We know we had some tough games. We had 2 games we had to travel an hour and a half. We think if we can win this game, we can propel ourselves into the conference. We got to play Blackhawk, Newcastle. If we can win a couple of those games, he knows he has a tough. He also thinks he might be able to beat West Allegheny. They think they have a chance at the playoffs, but he thought he had to win this game to keep the kids' confidence.
Moon is playing host to Seneca Valley, and they're up by 2, 16-14 at halftime.
Tough game, 2 tough teams. That's a very interesting game, and they're going to beat each other up for sure.
How about the Chargers of Olsh, 28-6 at halftime. Great performance by the Chargers playing Ligonier Valley.
Yeah, Ligonier Valley, and it's a long way to travel, but Ligonier Valley just doesn't have a lot of players. They don't have any top-notch guys, and Olsh struggling as well, but that would be a nice win if they can get it on the road.
And the Lions of New Brighton, they started off so strong, and they're really having a difficult time. Tank, what's the latest score that because you've been a source of scores on this.
Yeah, I got a couple of my great friends there at that game, and it's 27-0 Riverside. I mean, having Lewis and Montanez out, that's a big hit against New Brighton. They are a big part of the offense and defense. Once they come back, I hear they're supposed to be back against Elwood City when we're there next week.
Maybe the most interesting game of the night, Penn Hills and Aliquippa. Penn Hills is up 7-0 on the Quips.
You know, the Quips just are having a lot of problems running the ball, and he's week to week sometimes. He's week to week.
Yeah, so far tonight, not able to put together that performance, and the team just not what they otherwise could be. I mean, the offense and the quarterback and Marquise Council does well, but this is a team that's built on running the ball.
And you're playing another athletic team that's covering your receivers pretty well.
And the latest, Quip added the pass interference, has the ball 1st and goal, but they were stopped right before the half, so now it's halftime, and Penn Hills is beating Aliquippa 7-0 officially.
You still got to get our man Tanks. He had an interview with Mark Lyons.
Did you record that interview?
I got the feedback, or I took copious amounts of notes.
Copious notes. Give us copious notes reports.
All right. So I talked to Coach Lyons, and I said he's off to a great start. They're playing fast. When they're playing fast, they're executing. I asked if there's any changes in that planned on. He said he's got to talk to his staff and see if there. They are a big proponent on technology and watching the iPads and seeing what's given there. That's why they're not just going for the kill shots. They see what's going on out there. They see a great matchup, and they're going to them. I asked him, how do you keep getting the great athletes like you do? It seems like you never have a down year, and he credited the youth program that Central Valley has, and he actually has a lot of the coaches on his staff during the high school games that are the coaches at those lower level. I asked him about the protection for Ambrose, and I said, is that something you guys prepare? He said, hey, if you give Ambrose time, he's going to kill you, and you can see it out here. And one thing I'm very surprised and I'm impressed with Ambrose, he's not just standing there with like concrete shoes. He is moving and throwing at the same time and creating motion. That's very hard for a defense to defend.
We will talk more about Central Valley and Beaver coming up. We'll get some front runners for the CCBC Player of the Game, plus a whole lot more coming up here on the Owls Pizza Halftime Show from the McGee Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth. It's 34-6 Central Valley on Beaver County Radio.
Sights and sounds of summer are in your rearview mirror. There's still time to enjoy your classic car and turn heads. Restore your cherished ride to its former glory and call Gnu's Body Works in Freedom. Gary Snare has been offering collision and restoration services for over 20 years. Everything from lowering or airbagging your rod to street custom to full custom color paint coloring. So say hello to cooler weather with the hottest car around. Call Gnu's Body Works, 400 8th Street, Freedom today.
One of the greatest honors a person can receive is to be gathered with their people at the time of their passing. Even biblical authors, when they wanted to explain what it meant to have lived a great, prosperous, and meaningful life, spoke of the individual as having lived a long time and being gathered with friends and relatives near as they closed out their twilight years. Being gathered together with loved ones is something that the J&J Spratt Funeral Home takes very seriously as well. The comfort both given and received cannot be underestimated. J&J Spratt Funeral Home also knows that the honor shown to a loved one at their time of need in this manner is still the right thing to do today. J&J Spratt Funeral Home has been gathering together with area families for 4 generations and looks forward to honoring future residents deserving of being gathered together with friends and family. Click jjsprattfh.com.
Lace up your cleats and rush on over to Zuki Sports Tavern. From their award-winning wings to their wide selection of ice-cold beverages, Zuki's is the place to go to watch your favorite team. Zuki's also has a plethora of salads, wraps, burgers, appetizers, and more. Don't want to leave and miss the action? Order online at Zukis.com/order. So what are you waiting for? Visit Zuki Sports Tavern in Falston today. Zuki Sports Tavern, big screens, bigger flavor. Stop by today and make your game day count.
A lot has changed since 1885. That's when my great-grandfather, William Andrew Hartzell, opened the doors to our family-owned and operated funeral home. This is William F. Rick Murphy from the William Murphy Funeral Home Incorporated in Rochester. Together with my son, Brian C. Murphy, we represent a business that is now flourishing into its 5th generation. Throughout that time, we've had the pleasure of experiencing many of local memories that have made Rochester and the surrounding area so great. I'll bet many of you can easily recall the H.C. Fry Glassworks, Barnett's Bootery, or even Kaufman's Department Store with its massive double-decker parking lot.
To put things in perspective, my family was already serving others at their time of need before the automobile had even been invented and the aforementioned businesses started and ended. Our commitment to serve our community with dignity and compassion has allowed the William Murphy Funeral Home, Inc. to preserve a business legacy that spans nearly 140 years, and we are still here. To contact us, visit our website at William Murphy Funeral Home, Inc. or call 724-775-0309.
This football season, don't pass on McGee Heating and Air Conditioning. Honest sales and 7 days a week emergency service have made them tops in their game for over 60 years. That's how long families just like yours have been relying on McGee for all their heating and cooling needs. Get ready now for the cooler days ahead and call McGee today at 724-375-7112. Serving the Beaver Valley, including Aliquippa, Monaca, Hopewell, and Center Township. McGee Heating and Air Conditioning. Family owned and operated, Main Street, Aliquippa. Good luck to all the teams who visit the Gridiron this season from McGee Heating and Air Conditioning.
Welcome back to the Owls Pizza Halftime Show. CCBC Players of the Game. Tank, let's start with you on this one. We're looking at players from both Central Valley and from Beaver, and Central Valley may be difficult because there have been so many players that have been able to touch the ball and have been playmakers on offense especially, but and Beaver just seeming to struggle at this point. Your thoughts about potential candidates?
My number one for Central Valley definitely would be their the running back there, Ethan Shearer. He has been the shining star that I see. He's been that lightning bolt that Central Valley keeps going off of offensively and defensively from what I've seen. Now for Beaver, that's a tough one there. I mean, the only guy I see down here trying to pick his team up really is Travis Clear, trying to get his team back in it. So let's see what happens at halftime.
All right, Tank, thank you very much to appreciate that. Mike, what do you think?
Tank makes a really good point. I was kind of torn between Clear and Jonah Justice. Justice has played well and been one of their better guys on offense. But to me, I think it's clear as day. It's Central Valley's kicker. You
like his kicker.
Were you talking? You're the one.
I love that 49-yard field goal.
Well, no, I'm not just talking about the field. He's got 2 field goals, but he set them up for victory early on when he had them in the end zone, and Beaver started at the 20, had to punt, and then both times Central Valley started early and both times had short field position, all because of the kicker. And then you did it again, and he's got 2 field goals, and he's got a couple of big punts. I think, they got a lot of guys on offense, but he has turned the field around too many times. I really think, to me, he's the number one guy, although Tank's guy's very good as well.
I hear what you're saying. So who do you like on Beaver?
Beaver, as I said, I like Justice right now.
Okay.
I think he's been the better of their players on offense.
I'll go along with Jonah Justice as well. You're right, too, about the kickoffs. He's putting him in at the 20-yard line at best, and a couple of kicks where he's come up short purposefully.
Yes.
And they had to start inside the 20, about the 18, and another one they had to start inside their own 5.
Special teams mean so much. And Ambrose has done good, but, Ambrose is getting protection from the line. He's got strong throws, but they're up by 25 points, and he's pickpocketing them through. Beaver's down a little bit. I think when the game was if this game doesn't come back to close to Beaver, I think early in this game he set the tone by not having Beaver start with good field position. They took over, and he just set their offense up. That field position early meant so much to the Central Valley team. A guy catch the ball like Poopy, boom, he's tackled right away. A guy catch the ball like Poopy, boom, he's tackled right away for 4 or 5 yards. They couldn't get the pass game going.
Okay.
They can't get the run game going. I just think there's too many guys you can choose from. Thus, that's another reason I picked the kicker.
Let's go to Tank Latham one more time. Tank, you talked to Kurt Rouse as he was coming out of halftime. What did he tell his team at halftime?
I was talking to Coach Rouse, and I asked him if they're able to get some more pressure on Ambrose there and what's their game plan. He says he's happy with his front four, not happy with space. And straight on third downs. No, he said he's going to execute one possession where they actually got the touchdown on it. I asked him if there's anybody specific they need to watch for this half on his players. He said, no, our team has been here before. We know how to come back and watch out. Here we come.
All right, thank you very much. To appreciate that, Tank. So we are just seconds away from the second half kickoff, and with Central Valley deferring, they are getting the ball here.
Yeah,
yes.
They are. I'm just pointing something out to you.
Yes.
I just want you to see it.
Court Rouse.
Court. I thought you said Kurt. I'm sorry.
You know what? I think I may have.
Yeah, hey, that's why,
That's why I appreciate that.
You got
a little typo here on my notes.
A lot of people call you.
Who typed up my notes?
Somebody by the name of Mangino.
Probably so.
They don't call me a Zadian. You know what I want you to start referring me to as?
Yes.
But they call me at work.
What do they call you at
the
work?
King.
The King.
They call me the King.
The King. All right.
I'm just
Mike the King Zadian with me.
It's on my business card.
The Corrector King. He's very polite, though. He was trying to make that connection.
You kept saying, what? What am I looking? What am I doing?
You were trying to make the correction without
I didn't
me
want
actually
you to.
seeing
Yes.
it. Where it was difficult for Lawson to be able to handle the kick. was his best kick so far. Ball taken at the 5-yard, split the gap, and all the way out over the 30, 35 to 40, trying to get to the outside, has a blocker out past midfield, and he's down at the 49 and finally tackled down at the 49, and there's a player down around the 37. And even that player down is number 17, Elijah Mays, the senior.
Even when he didn't kick it in the end zone, they weren't afraid to take it from the 2 and at 48-yard run back. They hit him at about the 20. He broke through and didn't get tackled, avoided the pack. It looks like it's an arm that's hurt. And then went left side and came up to the 50 and got dragged out of bounds. So even now, Central Valley has good field position. This right here, I don't want to say, uh-oh. Another flag.
Oh, my goodness.
Something was said to somebody.
The sideline.
They're pointing at players. They're pointing at a coach. Something just happened.
Oh, wow.
That might be unsportsmanlike conduct because I think one of the coaches just pointed to a coach. Not sure who it was. I don't think it's a sideline warning. Big country's nowhere around. Oh. It'll be interesting to hear this call.
Let's see what we have. The flag is down at the 48-yard line of Beaver. Central Valley is going to take the possession. Oh, wow.
That's just huge,
that
dude. That is
huge.
down to the 35-yard line. You know, I mean, I'm not saying, I mean, this is, you score here, it's, and you kick the extra point, you're talking running clock. I mean, I didn't think that was going to happen in this game, but it might. And Beaver just really hurt themselves.
Central Valley now has it at the 35-yard line of Beaver. Near hash mark. Man in motion, flag on the play. And it's out over the right side to the 30, 25, 20. Finally ridden out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Wow, what a run. That one by number 33, Meki Ahmed.
Yeah, illegal formation.
And now
it's coming
it's
back
against Central Valley. So they'll back it up to the 40. All for naught.
Yeah, I mean, the situation. Boy, I'll tell you one thing we didn't mention. This is a packed house. Central Valley brought the town. They brought everybody. There's people standing on the fence. They're packed on their side, and then Beaver's side really packed as well. This is our biggest attendance we've seen so far this year. This is a big game. And both sides filling it up here at Pat Tarquinio Field. And, okay, 5 yards. They're at the 40. They start first and 15. Beaver needs a turnover. They need to step it up. They cannot afford to score here at all.
Central Valley has it. 3 wide receivers near side, man in motion across the formation. 2 and 2. Takes it, hands it off. Nope, fakes the handoff. Wide receiver out in the flat. Makes a man miss inside the 30-yard line. Finally taken down at the 29. Picked up all of that penalty yardage plus 6 more.
You have to be, you run your offense. You got your number ones in there. You want to score, you got to go for the kill. And then, you know, once this game, if it gets to that, then you start working other guys in there and giving some of the young kids a break. You got to score and put the foot down. I'm kind of surprised they didn't do it at the end of the half, but they're doing it now.
Ambrose under center. Shearer behind him. Toss out the Shearer over the left side. Makes a couple of men miss. Falls forward and gang tackle, but not before he got the first down to the 24-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
And now that push by the offensive line is getting better and better. Beaver's defensive line played well. We got a man injured for Beaver. Beaver's defense.
I think that's Kostiak.
Yeah, their defense played well early, but right now Central Valley's offensive line's pushing them around a little bit.
Well, they tend to him. Let's take a little timeout here. 10:56 to go in the third quarter. 34-6. It's Central Valley on top of Beaver on Beaver County Radio.
Before and after school care will now be provided at the Beaver County YMCA for students enrolled in the New Brighton and Rochester school districts. Children in this program have the chance to do homework, make friends, and have fun. We're also excited to introduce Preschool Light, designed to help children learn through socialization, art, language development, and much more. For more information, please visit our website, www.beavercountymca.org.
And we're back. Central Valley driving in this first drive of theirs of the second half. They deferred in the first at the coin toss and decided to go ahead and take possession in the third quarter, which is oftentimes what teams choose to do anymore. Now Braddock Ambrose under center and takes the handoff over to Shearer, and there were 3 Beaver players in the backfield. Colton Robinson, the 6'3", 265-pound senior, coming in and stopping him. But there's a flag on the play on the far side of the field.
Real quick, Brennan Kostiak, as you mentioned, that was the gentleman who got hurt. He came out of the game. Looks like a left shoulder. They're checking on him right now. They're checking under the shoulder pads. He was holding his shoulder as he walked off the field.
And now they're calling a penalty against Beaver.
That's sportsmanlike conduct.
And they're going to move it all the way down half the distance to the goal from the 24 all the way down to the 12.
Yeah,
so that is 2 on one drive.
Yeah, they're not happy with Beaver. And, Beaver, I mean, for a coach to get it, you're going to yell at a referee in a game, you're down by 25. Come on. More than that. 28.
Yeah, you have to keep it composed. Have to. Rutherford takes it, throws it out to the flat, and immediately stopped. The 2 corners able to come up and make that stop. They had 2 different players that were there, P.J. Marino and Michael Durba, the backup quarterback. He's also a defensive back, able to make that stop for a loss of 1.
Yeah.
That was a wide receiver screen. Wide receiver screen that...
Ambrose.
Yes. That's right, Rutherford with the quarterback last year, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And a handoff from Ambrose on the sweep to Aaron Lawson, and another great defensive play. This one from the defensive tackle on that play. It looked as though it was number 52. Number 52, Anthony Rabbiton, the 6', 225-pound senior, able to make the stop. And we have a injured Warrior down on the play. It looks as though he's dealing with a cramp. And we'll take a timeout with him. 3rd and 14 from the 17. 9:42 to go in the third on Beaver County Radio.
This is Cindy Hiladio for Friendly Federal Credit Union with a sizzling update. Hot weather can be uncomfortable, especially when your air conditioning needs fixed. Hot deals, well, that's a different story, right? Friendly Federal Credit Union is offering hot deals on home equity loans. Now, about that air conditioning, beat the heat and get the money to fix the thing with a hot deal home equity loan at Friendly Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Third and 14 from the 17-yard line. Central Valley splitting everybody out wide. 3 wide receivers to the near side, ball right between the hash marks.
Still waiting on a lineman to come in and give the play to Braddock Ambrose, the junior who won the quarterback competition this year.
Takes a snap, back to pass, one-on-one coverage in the end zone, and overthrows his receiver. 4th and 14, and now we get an opportunity to see Mr. Dominic Pratt come back out again.
He went to the single coverage on the right when he had 3 receivers on the left, and it was a good play. The receiver had a half a step. If the throw's on the money, that's a touchdown. But the throw was about a few yards too long. That half a step, but the DB could have got a handle. That would have been tough if it was online.
We're looking at 34, 35 yards here. Ball just inside the 25-yard line. That's where they're going to place it. Snap, hold, kick is up, and the kick is good. Dominic Pratt continues to extend his lead in the King's mind, Mike Azadian, that he is worthy of the CCBC Player of the Game honors.
3
That's
field
now
goals.
3 field goals, perfect extra points, and tremendous
kickoffs and
when it
getting
comes to
field
kickoffs.
position. We'll
He's been
see it
great.
here. I mean, if Beaver has to start at their 20-yard line, they got to go 80 yards to get this close. I mean, I just personally think that that's a big, big thing, special teams in high school football. And a lot of teams don't do that.
Coming up at the end of the game, we will have a look at the Fry Transportation Update desk. We'll also get the very latest in scores with that. Also, the CCBC Player of the Game. Tank Latham and his interview with the winning coach and those players. It's all coming up after the game here on Beaver County Radio. 9:07.
Tank from the sideline tells us that Brennan Klasiak is done for the game, and also from the Fried Transportation Instant Update Desk, Riverside 33-0 over New Brighton. So New Brighton might get shut out 2 weeks in a row. Missing.
Never saw that happening at the beginning of the season.
Neither did I.
They just look so strong.
You're missing a couple tough running
games.
backs. You know?
Yes. The kick is away. It is high. It is short, taken at the 20-yard line, and then brought down at the 27-yard line. Once again, one of those few times where it was short, but it was by design.
So this is one of these things where you say to yourself, okay, yeah, we can just keep kicking it through the end zone. We've proven our point we can do that. He needs to work on that in the game to surprise some teams, because in the future you're going to need to do it live game action. And he did it right there. And the receiver almost bobbled the ball and fumbled it. He had to fall forward on the ball. So Beaver needs to get something done. They want to stay in this game, and they got to do it quick.
Travis Clear and the Bobcats down by 31. Handoff. Nope. Fakes it. Over to the right side. Pupi has it to the 30. Tries to go over a couple of players and taken down at the 33-yard line. Great effort by the senior, Micah Pupi, on that reception from Travis Clear.
Hey, the receiver, 2 blockers and 3 Central Valley players right there. So they gave a little bit. Nice play on first down, though.
2nd and 3 from the 33. They have to get to the 36. Ball's on the near hash mark. 2 wide receivers on the far side. Man comes in motion, hands off, and out close to the 40-yard line for Jonah Justice on the carry.
First down, that's good. I mean, single coverage out there. You know, Clear's trying to get his team up. You can see him down there clapping up, trying to get his team going. Single coverage out there on that left side. Now they got 1 safety, so it'll be double coverage on one of them. But
hands off. 3rd and 4. They have to get to the 49.
You know, the Beaver fans were really hopeful after last week's game that this would be a really competitive game. We were too.
And Travis Clear looking back to the sideline, trying to figure out what they want to do with this coverage. 2 deep safeties. What looks to be a zone back to pass, has a man open, and just in and out of the hands of P.J. Marino. Hit him right in the hand, just not able to grab it. But it was a little off. It wasn't
a little bit. It wasn't right at him.
Right synchronization.
When you're in the NFL, guys make those catches.
Yes.
But you're in high school, a guy's firing that ball that hard, it's got to be on the numbers. And even then, he's not as accurate as he could be, and that's 5 drop passes.
So now we're looking at 4th and 4 at the 45.
Got to go for it here.
7:09 to go in the 3rd quarter. Clear back to pass. Has his receiver. Flag is thrown. He does have the first down pickup at the 50-yard line, but a lot is going to depend on what this flag is.
I don't know.
They're calling it against Beaver.
He was looking right at Beaver players.
So it's a 5-yard penalty against Beaver, so now you back him up 5. Wow.
Yeah, the receiver. It was the receiver who was off the line of scrimmage, ineligible downfield. And that is a mistake you cannot make as a receiver. As soon as the ball was caught, he threw it, and he was looking right at the receiver. That's why I kept thinking to myself, it's not on the line. It was against the receiver.
Wow. I think what happened was that number 9 is a tight end, and the receiver may have covered him.
Yeah.
And he wasn't backed off the line of scrimmage. Clear back to pass. Pressure's coming. He's going to get sacked all the way back to the 33-yard line.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, turnover on downs on your first possession, and now Central Valley takes over, and, you know, any score. No, I shouldn't say that. A field goal won't get him there. But a touchdown definitely gets them into a running clock position. They're pretty quiet on this Beaver side right now. I mean, and you just...
It's just so disappointing because you thought there was so much more
It's 2 big
that
games
you were able to bring to the table.
The last 2 biggest games at home have been duds. Just no other way around it.
Ambrose in the pistol formation. Nope. Shotgun. Ethan Bosco on his right hip. Back to pass. Has a man wide open. Can he get him? He does. Touchdown, Central Valley. They continue to run that isolation coverage, and they're going to flag Central Valley for some type of celebration because he ran all the way through and almost fell over the fence.
Who got that ball?
I think that was Lawson. I think that was Aaron Lawson or Brady Knoll. I just wasn't sure about who was out there.
Tank, any idea from where you're at?
I'm pretty sure that was Lawson yourself. Got it right there.
Yeah, Brady Lawson looking really good tonight. The only mistake that he made was that muff punt. Other than that, he's been great.
Want to make football season better than ever this year? Plan now to join your friends at the Hangar in Moon Township, the place where good times and great food meet. Watch your favorite sporting event on one of their 18 big screen TVs while you enjoy their famous wings, beer battered fish, pizza, or Taco Tuesdays indoors or on the
Central Valley team this year. And last week they beat up on McGuffey.
Yep.
And now one of the rivals that they have in the Western Hills Conference.
You get well against McGuffey.
One of the rivals that they have in the Western Hills Conference.
You get well against McGuffey, and you go to Beaver and you make a statement, and now you get ready for Avonworth next weekend.
From the Fry Transportation Update Desk, and also from Joe from Boompile DIY Solar, it is now 35-6 in the third quarter. Avonworth all over Hopewell.
Doesn't matter which game we did. We're going to have it was going to be a tough one for either Hopewell or, in this case, Beaver.
And we are at halftime still with the latest score for Aliquippa. Penn Hills 7, Aliquippa nothing. And so Beaver now incomplete pass on first down, setting up a 2nd and 10.
That's like, I think 7 that have hit receivers and they've dropped. It's at least 6 or 7.
You go from, you got to feel bad for Travis Clear because you go from being the number 1 passer in the entire WPIAL in 1 week to having a difficult time just completing real simple passes the second week.
A couple of them,
play up the middle, first down.
I'd say out of the 6, I think it's 6 or 7. 5 of them should have been caught. Most of them should have been caught. They were right on the money. They were hard. The receivers, does it make a big difference in the game? Is it 44-6? Maybe not, but Central Valley's still winning by a lot.
1st and 10, ball at the 32-yard line. Man in motion. Handoff over the right side. Makes a man miss and another. Able to get to the edge. First down pickup all the way out to the 42. Maybe the 43-yard line for Beaver. Nice run by Jonah Justice on that one. Jonah Justice continuing to run hard.
Yeah.
Beaver now, they have McGuffey next week. They're playing at McGuffey. How do you see that game matching up?
Well, Beaver the better team for sure. They just have to get up and realize they're going to have to win the games they should, not only to make sure they win the playoffs, because now they're in danger of not making it if they lose to the wrong teams. Can't lose to McGuffey on the road.
Justice up the middle once again, out to the 47-yard line. They go from McGuffey next week, and then the following week, they're home to Deer Lakes.
Yeah, that's a non-conference. It's going to come down again. Beaver, Hopewell, North Catholic as your teams that are, one of those teams might not make the playoffs because Avonworth and Central Valley should.
2nd and 6. Ball at the 47-yard line near hash mark. Twin wide receivers to the left. Toss out to the left side. Has the seam, able to make a couple of men miss, and first down pickup. That one, Avery Scales on that play. The sophomore able to get that first down
nice
pickup.
Play, nice first down, nice blocking on the left side. Quick feet, and he got the first down. They've had some really nice offensive first down plays, but not enough of them to sustain a drive, especially early in the game when they could have affected the outcome.
Beaver twin wise to the near side as they're moving the ball, 45-yard line. First opportunity here for them to get this deep into Central Valley territory without a muff punt. Scales on the left side, pickup of about 2, just inside the 45-yard line to the 44. Beaver then has North Catholic on October the 10th, and then they travel to Quaker Valley and they wrap up the season at Avonworth. Not an easy road those last 3 weeks.
We're talking about field goal kickers here.
Yes.
Hopewell's Rocco Marcantonio tied a WPL record last year with a 55-yard field goal. Tonight, he just did it again with a 55-yard against Avonworth.
Wow, what a kick. Ball up, man wide open. Touchdown, P.J. Marino. There was nobody around him a good 15 yards. I mean, nobody was there. Completion, Travis Clear to P.J. Marino for 645 yards on that play.
Somebody missed an assignment for sure for Central Valley. You're right. There was nobody even close to him. It was a matter of, can you catch it this time? And it was right to him. It was a nice high, long throw, and he caught the ball at the 10 and just rumbled into the end zone with no problem.
So now Beaver trailing 44-12. Will they go for two here? It sure looks like it. Twin wide receivers to the far side. Travis Clear. Offensive line shifts. Stacked to the right side. Handoff. And stopped. Great play on the defensive side of the ball. Garrett Warsing, the sophomore, getting through the line to stop that two-point conversion. 44-12, 2:53 to go in the third quarter. Back with more on Beaver County Radio.
Patriot Home Care is now hiring caregivers. Are you a caring and compassionate individual looking for a reliable income with benefits? Then call Patriot Home Care today. Benefits include health insurance, life insurance, paid vacation after 1 year, and 1.5 times hourly pay for overtime plus holiday hours. Patriot Home Care employees provide personal care, conversation and companionship, medication reminders, light housekeeping and laundry, meal preparation, and errands. Start your career in home care today and call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or apply online at patriothomecare.org.
Beaver set to kick it away. It's a high kick, taken at the 10-yard line. Right up the middle, looking for some blockers, finds them. Out over the 30, close to the 35-yard line.
I mean, they've had consistent good kick returns. There's another one. Now only at the 35. I'd say maybe one of their worst field positions of the game, and it's at the 35. I mean, that's pretty good field position. And, you know, Beaver right now, as the third quarter's winding to an end, I mean, going to need some miracles. They're going to need some turnovers here. I anticipate Central Valley running the ball here.
Braddock Ambrose still in at quarterback. Two wide receivers, one to either side. Double tight ends to the right. Takes it, hands it off, dive play, and then stopped. You know, it's interesting. Beaver shows some strength on the plays right up the middle, but they just don't have the full containment package. And they're really young at defensive back, and I think that's been one of the difficult things tonight.
You know, 6 drop passes have hurt. Starting at your 20-yard line all the time has hurt. And your defense is on the field too much, it starts giving way.
Ambrose under center, tosses it to the right side, and a nice pickup by Ethan Bosco. Out to the 42, we'll call it the 43-yard line. Ethan Bosco, the freshman.
And what that does, and here's one of the yard markers thinks it's a first down, and it's not. But what that does is run the clock even more. And they're just going to take their time and hand the ball off. They get a first down here. And maybe one more play before the end of the quarter. I don't see them throwing the ball at all the rest of the game.
T formation, everybody is in tight. Handoff, dive play over the right side, big first down pickup, and a whole lot more. Bosco was the lead blocker on that one for Antonio Perry.
I'll tell you another thing, Robert. Those years before you joined us, when Central Valley had to play Aliquippa all the time and could not beat them, you have to coach to beat the best team. And they have done that, and got their program to that point now. And now Central Valley is one of the best 2 or 3 teams in 3A. And they're playing like it all the time.
Check myself on that one. That was Ethan Ondrusik. It was 21, not 2 on the carry. Handoff. This one up the middle. Little misdirection. And a pickup of 2 for Central Valley. The clock continues to run, and that will be all there is in the third quarter. But there's a flag that will stop the clock. So it looks as though the scorekeeper is more than happy to keep that clock running.
He doesn't understand the rule.
Well, does the clock run even on penalties?
No.
Oh, wow. That one against P.J. Marino. 3 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties in the second half alone.
That's not good. That's not good. I could have swore it's on touchdowns and penalties, but maybe I'm wrong.
All right, that's the end of 3, 44-12. Central Valley all over Beaver. The fourth quarter is next on Beaver County Radio.
What if you could meet the future you? The one with the degree, the dream job, the confidence. This fall at Community College of Beaver County, step up to the mirror and see what's possible. Whether you're fresh out of high school, changing careers, or returning to finish what you started, every class and campus experience brings you closer to who you're meant to be. See your future. Start it here at CCBC. Visit ccbc.edu/fall25.
Not to be cheesy or anything, but Al's Pizza of Beaver County has deals, specials, and delicious options that'll blow your mind. Try Al's Deep Dish, a mouth-watering pie loaded with 2 pounds of cheese and Al's renowned pizza sauce. Looking to feed the whole fam? Al's Dinner Box with a half tray of 1-topping Sicilian pizza and a half tray of cheesy breadsticks is perfect for your family dinner tonight. Even if pizza isn't your thing, stop in and try the delicious Granny Franny Meatball Sub. Delivery from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Order today or stop in at Al's and try the best pizza pies Beaver County has to offer.
Latest score from Joe from Boom Pow DIY Solar, 42-6. There's a running clock in Avonworth as they're rolling past Hopewell.
Yeah, we're getting 2 of them. No matter what game we'd have picked, this is the way it is.
Yeah, unless we would have picked Penn Hill's Aliquippa, where Aliquippa is trailing 7-0. Toss out to the left side, and that was a great defensive play there by number 26, Brian Maben, just able to grab down Ethan Bosco to keep him from having a big play on the left side.
During the timeout, I was watching, during the change of quarter, Court Rouse giving it to the officials. I've seen him on 2 of the last 3 plays giving it to the officials. You're down by a lot. It's not the officials' fault. Lay off of them.
Everybody's in tight. Takes the handoff one way, back the other. Dive play up the middle, close to the 23-yard line for Central Valley as they continue to grind up the clock. How about this one? Fourth quarter. Fry Transportation Update Desk. Could Beaver Falls get their first win in 2 years? They're up 8-6 on Mohawk.
Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be great. A lot of people down on them, but they don't realize how hard these kids have worked to get to this point. They had to completely rebuild. Again, last year, 3 seniors. This year, a handful. They only had a handful of juniors last year. You can't win games with all freshmen and sophomores.
Central Valley, everybody in tight T formation. Dive play up the middle once again. Off the left side, close to a first down pickup. Yes, first down pickup on that play for Central Valley, 1st and 10 at the 15.
And we saw them last week. We saw them without the turnovers. They're right there with Western Beaver. Considered to be the best team in the MAC, and now they're playing Mohawk as a tough team. Is that away at Mohawk or is that at Beaver Falls?
That's at Beaver Falls.
Okay, so still, either way.
Handoff, and a couple of yards for Central Valley over the left side. Freedom is trailing Elwood City 28-14. That's in the fourth quarter from the Fry Transportation Update Desk.
Hanging in a pretty good game.
Peters Township 28-0 on West Allegheny. Ambridge up by 15 on Greensburg-Salem, 35-20. That one's in the third.
You can see Ambridge and Beaver Falls both get their first wins tonight.
Seneca Valley and Moon. Seneca Valley's up by 5, 21-16. T formation once again. Handoff over the right side, and Beaver meets him right at the line of scrimmage. That one, number 31, Jonah Justice. On the tackle.
That's a touchdown. They faked into the line. Wait a minute. They faked into the line, and the quarterback ran into the end zone. Wait a second. I don't know what happened on that, Robert, but they faked into the line. The quarterback took the ball, went into the end zone, and nobody was near him. I don't know whether they thought the whistle blew or what happened there, but
if the whistles blew, it would have called the play dead, even if the officials were duped like I was by.
Because I was duped too, but I'm like, why is he running all the way to the end zone and from the 20-yard line? And why didn't he stop? That should be a touchdown, to be honest with you.
Whistles killed the
Mark
play.
Mark Lyons going crazy on the other sidelines. You can hear him from here yelling.
Oh, yes. He wants to talk to the referee about this one.
I mean, okay, and they could be duped too. That happens. Everybody does. It's hard sometimes when you have a good fake like that. Everybody bit. Announcers, fans, everyone. And Ambrose is in the end zone. He's holding his hands up, and there's nobody near him. That should be a touchdown, Central Valley, but I got a feeling that the officials are going to say the play was blown dead, but when the ball carrier isn't tackled, how can that play be blown dead? Now, Court Rouse on the other side, he's waiting to see what happens. He's out on the field, and the officials are trying to stay away from him because he's had his fill of things here tonight. I've not seen this ever. I don't know if you have. I've never seen something like this happen.
No, I have not. I've never seen officials get fooled by a play like this. They're now going to call a timeout and allow the
how's it at the 10?
Not quite sure it's at the 10.
I don't understand. Why at the 10?
Because he actually got hit, I thought, behind the line of scrimmage. This is a very interesting call.
That don't make any sense to me. Why did they blow the whistle when he was at the 10?
That must be what it is. That the actual ball was at the 10 when they blew the whistle, because
it has to be it.
The running back was tackled for a loss. The one who everybody thought had the ball.
That call baffles me. That baffles me, unless there's a rule I don't know about. That
Here
doesn't
we go.
make any sense.
Ambrose under center, T formation behind him. Takes it, hands it off over that right side, down close to the first down. He has to get to the 5. He got stopped at the 6. So we're going to set up a 4th and what looks to be maybe a long 1, short 2 here.
Yeah, we'll go for it. How about their offense? They're running faking the one guy, handing to another guy.
Yeah, a little wing T, right?
Yeah, they're running something completely different now. Interesting.
I think they've been watching Luke Travelpiece and saying, you know what, maybe we should do this a little bit
Southside
here.
offense.
Yeah, a little bit. It's just that they're not off the wings. They're just a straight T formation across the backfield. Hands it off into the end zone and touchdown Central Valley. That was a handoff to Ethan Shearer. No inadvertent whistles on that one and a touchdown. It's now 50-12 Central Valley on top of Beaver.
Interesting. 7-yard touchdown by Shearer. Boy, I tell you what, I mean, they should have had a touchdown by Ambrose, but they eventually get it. And Beaver's seen better days. They put a 50 spot on them here at home, and this game's not even over yet.
Still 9 minutes plus to go. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And the place kicker continues to remain perfect. Dominic Pratt hasn't missed an extra point nor a field goal attempt tonight. 9:07 to go in regulation. Back with more on Beaver County Radio.
About community involvement and safety, the name Fry stands at the forefront in Beaver County. Fry Transportation's mission is to continue to raise the bar as the gold standard in their industry by providing the safest, most reliable, and cost-efficient transportation service in Beaver County through their strong relationships with their communities, best-in-their-class drivers, equipment, and technology. There's nothing more important than the safety of their students, employees, and community members. Fry Transportation, where the quality of their organization is characterized by the makeup of the individual behind the wheel.
And we're back. 51-12 is the score, and we have this on New Brighton finally able to get 6. They got a touchdown, the first one of the night, trailing 40-6 now in the fourth quarter.
Hey, Tank, we'll come back to you. Well, I can ask you right now before the kick. Have you ever seen anything like that, a bootleg? And can you explain that call at all from what you saw?
Guys, the only thing I can say is the referees lost the ball, and they thought that the fullback still had it, but the quarterback pulled it, and no one seen. It was such a good fake. It was almost like an Aaron Rodgers fake, like on Sunday the other day.
High kick to the 22-yard line, taken by one of the up men, making a number of men miss. Able to get the ball all the way out to the 39-yard line for Beaver. So, Tank, I'm guessing that the reason why they ultimately placed the ball at the 10 is that they guessed that that's where Ambrose was when the whistle blew.
Yeah, I believe that's what I think they did. I'm going to try to find out from one of the officials when we get a little stoppage of play here, and I'll ask and see if we can get a little more clarification.
Thank you very much for that. Ball's on the near hash mark, running clock, under 8:50 to go in this game. 51-12. Central Valley, here comes a flag.
Yeah, too many guys. They got a lot of young kids out there, and Beaver made a mistake, and it's still going to be first down but 5-yard penalty.
So they decided to go ahead and call it a night for Travis Clear. Jax Weiss is now in a quarterback. He's a freshman.
A lot of other guys in there, too. Roderick Singleton, a young wide receiver. They got a lot of young kids in there.
Well, they moved Michael Durbett to the quarterback position. Durbett takes it. Hands it off. Central Valley right there in on the tackle. And that was number 11 for Central Valley, Lucas Garovic. One of the leaders on this team in tackles, and he is hobbling off a little bit, so it looks as though they're doing a little bit of substitution for Central Valley.
They're substituting linemen in now. They're going to get their guys in there and, some guys that get some varsity time here.
Okay, so Michael Durbett is the quarterback, and on his hip is Jax Weiss, the freshman. Michael Durbett, the sophomore, Weiss, the freshman, crossing over in formation. Weiss takes it and out over the original line of scrimmage and all the way out to the 44. Nice pickup by Weiss.
Jax Weiss, 5'8", 160-pound running back. He's got some speed. Again, these are kids that if they keep working hard, stay with the program, you're going to see them vying for time next year. You could also see guys like that if there's some injuries, but
yeah, with Travis Clear as a senior, you definitely need to develop a quarterback for the next couple of years as well. And why not here rest Clear and give your guys an opportunity to get some good quality reps. Pickup of about 2 for Beaver. So now it's a third and, well, it's like fourth down, 4th and 3 is what it looks like now. Will they go for it or will they ultimately punt? Let's look at this here. So far, they're obviously Central Valley big win tonight. Next week they draw Avonworth.
Oh yeah,
and
at home
it could easily be the game of the year in
this
County.
No doubt. I mean, I think 100% for so. I mean, we might see Aliquippa Montour be game of the year, but that's going to be for the section title, no doubt, based on what's happened with Hopewell and Beaver so far.
All right, back to pass, looking, pressure is coming, has a man open. Does he hit him? No, overthrows his receiver. Durba was looking for his receiver and just not able to make the connection on that one.
And unless something crazy happens, then you're looking at Beaver, North Park, and Hopewell, 3rd, 4th, 5th in some fashion. And again, a decent team's not going to make it here.
Right.
But next week could be for 1st and 2nd place. And then, so this loss by Beaver tonight likely makes them a road playoff game when it comes to it. And I know people are like, why are you talking playoffs now? Well, this is affecting what's going to happen in the playoffs. Big games like this. And it looks like Central Valley called a timeout. Yeah,
timeout Central Valley. We'll take one with them back in 30 seconds. And first, though, let's check in with Joe from Boom Pow DIY Solar with his update, Hopewell Avonworth. For more information, you can find out more about Joe and what he has to offer at boompowsolar.net.
Hey, thanks, Mike and Mangino here. Hopewell started off the third quarter, onside kick, no good. Bellinger quarterback sneak for 30 yards. Velaceras runs hard, fumbled at the 9, but recovers. With 9:05 left in the third, Velaceras runs, scores 35-6 with 6:05 in the third, 25-yard run. Gavin McDowell, touchdown, 42-6. Hopewell looks beat up right now. Remember, I'm Boom Pow DIY Solar. Give me a call, 844-BOOM-POW. Back to Mike and Mangino.
Thank you very much, Joe. Central Valley has it. And a nice fake play. And now the quarterback all the way up down the right side, all the way down inside the 10-yard line. My goodness. They continue to run these plays. Garrett Warsing, the backup quarterback, Braddock Ambrose, done for the night. And it looked a lot like Ambrose as he was running that play. Faked the dive play up the middle. Beaver collapsed and then gave him that right side. He was able to pick up what looked to be about 40 yards on that play.
I want to say hi to somebody in Fairborn, Ohio. Mark Robinson listening to the game tonight, watching us. Hey,
Mark.
He said same thing, crazy call in the game.
Oh,
didn't understand it either.
Dive play up the middle, and they go nowhere on that one. 5:25 to go in the game. All right, so when we look at the schedule for Central Valley, they have Avonworth next week at home. Then they go on the road to play North Catholic. You talk about back-to-back weeks that are tough ones.
Yeah.
And then they have Quaker Valley, and then they're at Hopewell, and then they play up again against a
North
4A
Hills.
school in North Hills.
And again, go.
Wow.
That'll get them ready for the playoffs. But maybe they rest players or people. Maybe they don't. We'll see.
Garrett Worsing takes it, hands it off, and trying to get outside. Number 24, Braylon Nastic, not able to do that. And now we're looking at third and what looks to be about 8 yards.
So if you're Beaver and if you're Hopewell and you are now have both lost to the two teams that have proven their best in the conference, now you have to go to the drawing board. And you got to figure out how we're going to beat these teams. Because if you want to win in the playoffs, you're going to have to eventually run up against them.
Right.
Because most of the rest, other than Imani Christian, are beatable teams. This is the section. We've seen it before, and we saw it last year with two teams from the section going, and they're all strong again. You got to go to the drawing board if you're Beaver and Hopewell for sure.
Handoff right up the middle, dive play for Central Valley, and he's inside the 2, all the way down to the 1 yard line. Nice run by Central Valley.
And these are situations where you don't tell a young kid who's trying to make his way up the depth chart, hey, take a knee. We don't want to score anymore. You don't want to tell them that. But at the same time, as a coach, you're not trying to run the score up. You both got JV players in. You both got subs in. Beaver's not making the tackles. Central Valley, what are you supposed to tell them? Take a knee. I doubt that'll happen here, but you never know.
Worsing, Nastic behind him in the I formation. Looks as though he's almost in a victory formation. He's so far back.
Yep.
And a knee.
Exactly. And so Mark Lyons was thinking like me, hey, we've scored enough. Why should we score here and run up the score on this team? He's friends with Court Rouse. These guys have been around for a long time. Why should we do something like this? And I agree with him. It's a sportsmanship thing to do. I know other teams that would run it up and score 70.
Yes.
But I give Mark Lyons credit for that because I know some of those kids will be disappointed they don't get the score, but you can't hate on a guy like that for showing some sportsmanship in a game like this.
Absolutely.
I applaud.
Yeah, Coach Lyons definitely a class act with that move. The play earlier, if the kid's able to break a big play and get all the way into the end zone,
then
more power to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But taking the knee right there with just a couple of yards to go and then turning it over on downs.
Yeah, you're up 42.
Very classy move.
You're up 42. So
very classy move. And so now Beaver takes it over. Michael Durba.
Oh, interesting. They're calling a timeout.
And you got to wonder why they're calling it, but we'll take it with them, though. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Beaver County Radio.
When you talk about community involvement and safety, the name Fry stands at the forefront in Beaver County. Fry Transportation's mission is to continue to raise the bar as the gold standard in their industry by providing the safest, most reliable, and cost-efficient transportation service in Beaver County through their strong relationships with their community's best-in-their-class drivers, equipment, and technology. There's nothing more important than the safety of their students, employees, and community members. Fry Transportation, where the quality of their organization is characterized by the makeup of the individual behind the wheel.
All right, now we got to talk about potential CCBC Player of the Game honors, and let's start with Beaver first.
Oh, wait a minute. Before that.
What do you got?
8-6 final. Beaver Falls wins.
Beaver Falls got a victory.
From the Fry Transportation Update Desk, also 40-6 Riverside wins. How about Tank just taking over down there and getting scores for us and sideline reporting?
He's all over the place.
He's Rookie of the Year last year, I think. And now he's trying to be Sophomore of the Year?
So now we have taking a step, and there's a penalty. Let's talk about Player of the Game here. Who are your players of the game? One for Central Valley, one for Beaver.
Well, I'm going to change my player of the game for Central Valley. I am really impressed with Ambrose. The quarterback play, the leadership skills he had out on the field. That's going to be my CCBC player of the game for Central Valley. And for Beaver, it's going to be number 31. He seemed to be all over the field tonight.
Yeah, Jonah Justice not only at running back, so important
Yeah.
to Beaver for whatever they were able to do, but a lot of key defensive stops by Jonah Justice as well. Mike?
Yeah, I'm big on Jonah Justice. There's no doubt about that. I agree 100%. I thought about him in the first half. And Dominic Pratt, the kicker, I'm still sticking with him, man. He's got a lot of points. He's been perfect. And he had a big part of this game early in the game when the game was not in question.
All right, when it comes to my selection, Jonah Justice, it's unanimous for Beaver. Jonah Justice as player of the game. On the offensive side for Central Valley, actually on the Central Valley side, I'm going to go with Braddock Ambrose. But I think, Tank, if you can get Dominic Pratt, too, for an interview, we need to talk to the young man. He needs to get some attention for what he did tonight with that 49-yard field goal.
You went against your pick from the beginning of the game.
I know, but because
I know Ambrose has done
if
great.
it would have been like a game winner or a decider, I would have probably gone with him.
And Ambrose, he's a good pick. I mean, this kid's got skills. If he keeps playing like this, he's going to play in college somewhere, but I don't know exactly where. It could be D2 or D3, but he's...
Pass out in the flat, incomplete. We're down close to a minute 30 to go.
Central Valley has developed guys, and Tank said it earlier when he talked to Mark Lyons. They've developed linemen. They got another lineman going. They got a guy at Pitt already, and they've always developed kids. Some of their running backs have gone and played. They get a lot of kids go play D2, D3, but it seems like every year or two. You've got your Robert Fosters. You've got your other guys that have gone on to the pros or gone on to big colleges. I mean, they do develop top-flight talent there.
Coming up, the Electric Garage Doors postgame show with the CCBC Player of the Game honors. We'll talk to the head coach of the Central Valley Warriors, and a nice big play by Beaver. He's off to the races. Can he get caught? He's just too fast. Look at the little guy go. Jax Weiss, the freshman, 5'8", 160, and he just outran everybody. Big play. That went for 87 yards. Wow. I thought he was going to get caught from behind.
Nah, he got to the 50 and he outran everybody. I was surprised. They had a chance to get him at the 50. They didn't dive, and then he just outran everybody. Good, nice play.
Nice. Way to go. Jax Weiss, the freshman, saying, Coach, give me some reps here.
Yeah, he's a guy we're going to have to start watching out for in the future. They're going to who are they going to lose? Who's their starting guys? They're going
to lose Jonah Justice. He's a senior this year.
They got Scales coming back, and then he could be a guy that we watch for next year on this Beaver team. Again, Beaver, working their football program, getting better and better.
And the kick is up, and the kick is good. That one from Ty Koski. Beaver now with 19 on the board, trailing 51-19 with less than a minute to go. How about we come back in 30 seconds? You want to take that break? We'll take the break now, back in 30 on Beaver County Radio.
Got kids? Too much to do? No time to cook? Download the McDonald's app today and get dinner delivered straight to your door from DoorDash. McDonald's makes it easy for you and your family. Download the app today and get exclusive deals and rewards. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
You're listening to 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, in addition to 1230 WBVP Beaver Falls.
Jax Weiss with the big run, saying, hey, wait, what about me? Do I get considered for the player of the game? Is it too late for me to be in this?
A little late. Nice play, though.
Yeah, very nice play. Kick is away. It is deep. It is into the end zone and out of the end zone.
See, that's where
Tchaikovsky. Big
would have
kick
been
there.
Good time for Tchaikovsky to try the pooch, and maybe you can use that later in the year. Well, Beaver's going to have to fight for another day. I mean, there's no doubt about it. They still have Avonworth coming up, so they can still get a shot to get second place. And they got North Park. I'm sorry, they play in North Park. North Catholic as well. So still some big games coming off a big victory last week. Just couldn't get the offense
once again, going through some of the games they have coming up. Before you get to Avonworth, you still have to be able to beat McGuffey.
Yeah, no doubt.
And they have to beat Deer Lakes, North Catholic, and then Quaker Valley.
Right.
Before they get to Avonworth coming up on the 24th.
So that Avonworth game could be for them getting a home playoff game. If they beat McGuffey, QV teams they have to beat.
And a knee, and that is the game. Central Valley victorious, 51-19 20-19 over the Bobcats of Beaver. And it is now time for the Electric Garage Doors postgame show. Coming up after the show, the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show.
Hey.
What's happening on that show afterwards? Quick
Well,
tease
I tell
for
you
that.
what, we've had a lot of callers in the last handful of weeks. We got a lot of loyal callers, people who call every week, but we've got a lot of new callers, people who haven't called before, and we appreciate that. You are going to get the numbers here. You think I'd have them ready, but you're going to call 724-843-1888 or 724-774-1888, whether you're from Hopewell, whether you're from Western Beaver, whether you're from Freedom, it doesn't matter. Call us. We'll get you on. Myself, Ryan Garazunas. We will also, I think we're going to talk to you tonight. We've talked to Tank many times. I think we're going to call Mr. Mangino, get his thoughts on this game. And maybe Ethan Morrison from the Times, depending on if I can get a hold of him. And we'll have scores and recaps of everything.
All right, coming up in just a couple of moments, we will get to Tank Latham on the sideline with the coach's interview with Coach Lyons, and also interviews with Dominic Pratt and that impressive kicking performance that he's had this evening. But the player of the game for Central Valley, Braddock Ambrose, will get that interview as well. It looks as though the teams are going to be huddling up, and right now the alma mater being played for Beaver. Let's look at some scores, if we could,
Sure.
from around the valley from the Fry Transportation Update Desk. And as we are awaiting the very latest, how about this? The Quip score, 50-yard touchdown pass with a little over 9 minutes to go in the game. Look at this, 9:23 in the game. Penn Hills 10, Aliquippa 7.
You know, they're always they came back and won last week at Mars. So I mean, they're a good comeback team, and they're playing teams up in classification as well. So give them credit for hanging in there.
All right, let's look at the Fry Transportation Update Desk and scores. We'll get an update and a recap, if you will, from Joe from Boom Pow DIY Solar. Avonworth 48-14 on Hopewell tonight. That game's still in the fourth quarter. Man. Western Beaver rolling all over the Scotties, 46-14.
Yeah, you know what? No surprise there. They're the best team in the MAC conference. We saw how good they could be last week. If they don't make mistakes, they should. Probably come down to them in Elwood City maybe in that conference, but they're very good.
Ambridge getting their first win of the season. They are beating up on Greensburg-Salem 42-20 in the fourth quarter.
And Sherman McBride thought that they were going to be good this week. Their offense going, they're keeping their head up, and them and Beaver Falls both with their first wins this week. Love it seeing it.
Seneca Valley pulling away from Moon 28-16. They're in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Seneca's pretty strong.
Tank is on the sideline right now, down on the field, and he has both a Braddock Ambrose with him and their amazing kicker, Dominic Pratt. Tank, take it away.
All right, guys. Yeah, I'm here with CCBC player of the game. How you say your first name?
Braddock.
Braddock Ambrose. And also honorable mention, Dominic Pratt there. First off, Mr. Quarterback here, you just have a smooth play out there when you're out rolling. And how do you work on throwing on the run with your receivers in practice? Or tell us more about that.
Yeah, definitely. There was a point during the offseason where I wasn't doing that as well, and Coach Mark worked me a lot on it, and I just got comfortable, you know. And now me and Aaron and Antonio Perry are real dangerous doing that.
Do you prefer a left or a right rollout?
Oh, I'd probably roll right because it's just going to my dominant hand. Yeah.
All right. Do you have any future goals for yourself?
Yeah, I want to play football in college. That's really the big one. Get my school paid for. That's the big thing.
And how about, was there any season goals that you guys had?
You know, the goal is always the state championship.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you get yourself a foam squishy there of the CCBC Titan right in your backyard there. All right. All right. And then, now let's talk to the man with the leg. All right, Dominic, tell me, how in the world do you kick that ball so hard? When you kick that ball, it sounds like a bomb goes off. Like, I swear I've seen a couple cops look around and see what's going on.
I mean, it's loud. I mean, the team works me out a lot. Coaches, I mean, they get me down there. They let me try these long kicks in practices. So that's where that power comes from. I mean, just reps and reps of those long distance hits.
So you don't pretend like the football's like the teacher you hate the most.
Ha! I mean, that's not a terrible way to think of it. That's not what I do. I don't think my teachers would like to hear that.
You're supposed to say you don't hate any teachers.
Yes, all of my teachers.
Hey, Tank, can you ask him anybody anybody start recruiting him yet? Has anybody contacted him?
Has anybody recruited any of you at all? Yeah.
Yes, I don't have official offers, but I am talking to some schools.
Very nice.
I don't have any offers, but a couple of schools have reached out to me.
Ask him who.
Who's talking with you?
Villanova said I'm on their board. Brown invited me to a game. University of New Hampshire invited me to a game. And Dartmouth invited me to a game. Yeah.
Very cool.
He's got good grades.
You want to say any of that? Or you said you want to hold a poker player and hold him cards tight to your chest?
I want to keep that on the low right now.
It's CCBC, isn't it?
Ooh.
Geez, they don't have football.
They're gonna start up a football team for these guys. They're gonna happen.
Hey,
right.
How long's Dominic been kicking?
Dominic, how long you been kicking footballs?
I've been kicking since I started when I was in 7th grade. I didn't play with the team until 8th grade year.
Oh, all right. Great job. Hey, congratulations. I'm sure we'll see you guys in the future, and good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, great performance. Dominic Pratt, perfect extra points, perfect field goals, and just dominant with the kickoffs. You would think that it's not that big of a deal, but he's a weapon on special teams on both of those phases.
No doubt. I mean, when you start a game off, when they decide they're going to defer to the second half. So it does two things. If you're leading and you get the ball in the second half, that's just a monster play. You kick the ball into the end zone. They start at the 20. Your defense shuts them down. You get the ball at the 50. You get a field goal. You do it again. You get a touchdown. You're up 10-0 on the visiting play. You know, you can't say how important that is.
Now back down to the field, and Tank has Jonah Justice, the player of the game for Beaver.
Yeah, I'm standing down here with a CCBC player of the game, Jonah Justice, running back, and it says defensive line. What's your official position on defense as well?
D tackle and DN.
That is pretty unique combination between running back and defensive line. Tell me a little bit about how that all came about.
I'm just switching around wherever the coach needs me. That's what I'm gonna do. So that's just what it is. You got to do what you got to do to help your team win.
You can definitely tell you were all over the field, both sides of the ball, never had quit. Tell me a little bit about something about your team that even all the way through this game, you guys have been, I didn't see anybody hanging their heads. Talk to me a little bit about that.
This score doesn't represent us. We just got to be better. We got to come in, learn, come back, watch film, and just be better overall. And we got a lot of things to work on, but we'll get there.
Yeah, that's a great team, but obviously if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. All right. So how about any goals you have for yourself after football?
I'm the Marine Corps.
Nice.
Awesome.
Very, very
Thank
cool.
you for that, even thinking about that. What do you want? Is there any schools you want to go to after the Marine Corps?
I'm just worried about right now, you know what I mean? Worried about team and winning and stuff like that.
All right, well, tell you what, I got you a nice little squishy there from the CCBC Titans. Congratulations, CCBC player of the game.
Thank you very much, Tank. Do appreciate that. Jonah Justice, CCBC player of the game. Great on the offense, running the ball against this very stout Central Valley defense, and made some really key plays on defense as well. Just not able to put enough together.
Tank, do you have Lyons? Is Coach Lyons out, or did he go?
He took off with his team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both coaches took off.
They're done. All right, I tell you what, we'll come back. We'll give you some more on a recap of this game and look at more scores from around the valley coming up on the Electric Garage Doors postgame show from the McGee Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth on Beaver County Radio.
It might be time to repair or replace that old garage door. Call on Robin and her team of expert installers at Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca. Dial 724-774-3200 and your door will work like a charm. Featuring CHI quality garage doors, LiftMaster garage door openers, and over 50 years experience, Robin and her team will get it done right. Electric Garage Door Sales. Give them a call at 724-774-3200 or find them online at electricgaragedoorsales.com.
Has your smile recently been intercepted by a bad cavity, stains, or damage that's been driving you crazy? Don't worry. Dr. Timothy Lip in Lip Dentistry is the Hail Mary your teeth have been needing. Located in Beaver Falls and Robinson Township, Lip Dentistry has been a trusted business for families in the greater Pittsburgh area to touch down at for over 2 decades. Make sure to rush over to lipdentistry.com and register for an appointment today and get 25% off your first cleaning. Don't fumble the opportunity to make Lip Dentistry your office of the future and make an appointment today.
Got kids? Too much to do? No time to cook? Download the McDonald's app today and get dinner delivered straight to your door from DoorDash. McDonald's makes it easy for you and your family. Download the app today and get exclusive deals and rewards. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Want to make football season better than ever this year? Plan now to join your friends at the Hangar in Moon Township, the place where good times and great food meet. Watch your favorite sporting event on one of their 18 big screen TVs while you enjoy their famous wings, beer-battered fish, pizza, or Taco Tuesdays indoors or on the outdoor patio. Check out their award-winning menu online for lunch, dinner, or a special night out. This football season, hang out with your friends at the Hangar, the best-kept secret in Moon Township at 500 Flaherty Run Road.
If the black and gold can get a new quarterback every year, maybe you can switch teams too. This is Coach Andy Dangle from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. I'm looking for new free agents, or should I say, members. Our membership is open to many organizations and groups throughout the county. Join my team at Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Details and applications are available now. Visit Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
What if you could meet the future you? The one with the degree, the dream job, the confidence. This fall at Community College of Beaver County, step up to the mirror and see what's possible. Whether you're fresh out of high school, changing careers, or returning to finish what you started, every class and campus experience brings you closer to who you're meant to be. See your future. Start it here at CCBC. Visit ccbc.edu/fall25.
Tri-State Sporting Arms on Main Street in New Brighton is now open. Stop in and explore their extensive selection of high-quality firearms, pistols, and accessories. Tri-State Sporting Arms also pays top dollar for used firearms. Their experienced and highly trained staff is here to assist you in selecting the right firearm for you. Stop on down to Beaver County's newest firearm store, Tri-State Sporting Arms, at 807 3rd Avenue, New Brighton, or check them out on Facebook.
Got kids? Too much to do? No time to cook? Download the McDonald's app today and get dinner delivered straight to your door from DoorDash. McDonald's makes it easy for you and your family. Download the app today and get exclusive deals and rewards. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
It's time to tackle your HVAC unit's problems before they happen. It's time to call the winning team at Johnson's Heating and Cooling. Temperatures will be changing, so it's the perfect time to call Johnson's for a maintenance check. And here's the best part. If you're in Beaver County, you're close to Johnson's, conveniently located in Beaver Falls. Find out why customers keep running back to Johnson's Heating and Cooling for prompt, reliable service and competitive pricing. Call 724-581-4195 or visit johnsonsheating@comcast.net.
This football season, don't pass on McGee Heating and Air Conditioning. Honest sales and 7 days a week emergency service have made them tops in their game for over 60 years. That's how long families just like yours have been relying on McGee for all their heating and cooling needs. Get ready now for the cooler days ahead and call McGee today at 724-375-7112. Serving the Beaver Valley, including Aliquippa, Monaca, Hopewell, and Center Township. McGee Heating and Air Conditioning. Family owned and operated, Main Street, Aliquippa. Good luck to all the teams who visit the Gridiron this season from McGee Heating and Air Conditioning.
Falling in love is one thing. Having anxiety about falling is a whole different subject. If you or a family member are concerned about falling, and yes, either up or down the stairs, or maybe even out of bed, St. Barnabas has a special message and some ideas just for you. Years of experience in working with people who are prone to falls has given St. Barnabas special expertise in this area. Call them at 724-443-0700 and learn about ways that you can begin to feel more confident and safe, including suggestions that you can implement right now into your daily routine. Call St. Barnabas at 724-443-0700. For many years now, St. Barnabas has been helping people fall, in love that is, with their new, better life, a longer life, a risk-free life. Call St. Barnabas now at 724-443-0700 or visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com and learn more about living longer and better.
Welcome back. I'm Mangino. Mike Azadian, the King, is with us here at the broadcast booth.
We already have the Tank. We have Mangino.
Tank is up here. How about this? Aliquippa scores on a 50-yard touchdown pass with 9:23 left in the game. Penn Hills 10, Aliquippa 7.
Right.
Then not too long after that, Penn Hills fumbles and the Quips recover the ball at the Penn Hills 47 with 8 minutes to play. Then it gets even better. Quips driving, 1st and 10 on the Penn Hills 35. Pass interference call on Penn Hills. Quips get it, 1st and 10 on the Penn Hills 15. 7 minutes left to go in the game. Then, touchdown, Quips. So now it is Aliquippa. I'm not sure about the conversion as to whether or not it was good or not, but it's at least 13 now
to 10
for Aliquippa.
Good for the Quips. They came back last week.
2-point conversion was good, so now it's the Quips 15-10 with 6:54 left.
So Penn Hills would have to score. Penn Hills would have to score a touchdown. You know, Quips tough in the fourth quarter. They're built for this. They're built for the long haul.
They're built for adversity.
Yep. I mean, another good point. Quips win. Beaver Falls wins.
What does that game mean to the Beaver Falls program? I mean, you have done a lot of games with Beaver Falls. You've talked to the coaches. You've talked to the players with your Coach's Corner show. What does this win finally mean for the entire program and even all of Beaver Falls?
And I'm going to get Tank on this, too. I mean, their coach is no nonsense. He doesn't want to hear about, hey, you're doing better. Hey, you're getting better. Hey, things look like it's on the up. And, oh, it's closer and you're not losing by it. He doesn't want to hear that. He wants to win. Those kids proved last week that they can be in games and they can win. And we said it. They're going to win some games. Maybe it's only one. Maybe it's two. I think that they're going to win 2 or 3 games. I think they're going to get better. Injuries could be the thing, Tank. We felt this last week, and you just know that coach. Yeah, he doesn't want to hear nothing.
Coach Mooney, he wears his emotions on his sleeve, and you can tell when his kids and his teams lost. Those kids didn't lose it.
Yeah.
He took it on himself.
Yeah,
he lost it, and he wanted bad for this program to win again. And they're on the right track. They took a huge step forward. He said it last week. They need to learn how to win, and this is one step forward to bringing Beaver Falls football back to what it could be.
I really think if they get the teams they got to play coming up, you know, when they got to play New Brighton,
that's going to be huge.
That's going to be a huge game for both programs. That could mean a playoff spot for one of those programs. They got to play the rest of their schedule. Maybe they win 2 or 3, but it's going to show. They're going to lose some players, but it's going to show that freshman quarterback, all those young linemen, and if they keep working hard, and you know those kids are tough, you know they don't want to lose, that springboards them in the next year, and then we'll see what happens.
They got Freedom too, right?
Yeah, they got Freedom, and that should be an interesting game.
That's going to be an interesting game.
And Riverside. So, I mean, they could win 3 or 4 games and make the playoffs.
It's all win. Those are all winnable.
Exactly. So they could surprise.
And once you realize you can win
out there.
Yeah, once you realize
it becomes
you can win.
Contagious, right?
Right, because they hung with Western Beaver. Now they beat Union, a team they got to beat. And then Freedom and Elwood City, you mentioned Riverside. Those games become even bigger. And then if they sneak into the playoffs, that's a heck of an accomplishment if they could do that. I'm sure he's got that on his mind, but he's going game to game.
Let's talk about some other games. Once again, the Fry Transportation Update desk. Western Beaver just rolling over everybody, 46-14 over Union.
Yeah, that's a game you're supposed to win, and they're really good. We know that. That's another team that we talked about, Beaver Falls. They got a chance to win against them too. Union's down in numbers, not playing well. And Tank, you know from Western, they can throw the ball, they can run the ball. I got Sparabini, is that his name? Sparabini. I tell you what, I liked him 2 years ago. We liked him last year, but we really liked him this year. I really think that Western Beaver is the best team in the MAC, and we're going to find out as the rest of the season goes along.
Ambridge was looking for their first win, and they are seeming to get it tonight. They're up 42-26 in the fourth quarter.
We talked to...
Check that, 42-32 in the fourth quarter. Just got the update.
They scored 2 more points. They lost a ton of senior, and they lost a lot of players.
It was like 15, wasn't it?
They lost their whole line. They lost their skill guys. They bring back some guys. He's got a lot, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys that started with him 4 years ago. Sherman McBride's a proud guy. I kind of thought that maybe they'd be a little down, but he was as positive as you can get on the show on Wednesday. His kids were positive, and he told us, if we can win this game, we think then they got to play Blackhawk. Yep. And then they got to play West A. And those are teams that aren't as good as they usually are. And if they can win some of those games that he thinks they could win, then they are knocking on the playoffs. They know they got to have tough games against Montour and Aliquippa, but he feels that his team's got a shot at the playoffs.
How about this? Aliquippa kicks off. Ben Hills takes the kickoff return, runs it all the way down past midfield to the Quip 23-yard line. So Ben Hills has it 1st and 10 at the Quip 23 with about 6 minutes to go. Aliquippa leading 15-10.
I never should have let you talk me out of us doing that game. Never should have let that happen.
Yeah, I'm a Beaver County guy through and through, and I love playing Beaver County versus Beaver County.
I know.
And I'll do that every day.
Quip, you can't make mistakes like that. We'll see. The other defense got a hold.
Well, all right, look, other scores we will get to coming up in a moment. Let's take one more pause here. We also want to get an update on what's happening with the Avonworth game. Last time we checked into it, Avonworth and Hopewell, that was a mercy rule game, but we'll get details from Joe from Boom Pile DIY Solar with the latest update. If you'd like to find out more about what Joe can do for you, go to his website, boompilesolar.net.
Mangino with 10:33 in the game. Logan Cole, 81 yards to run as we have a blowout going on here. Kick no good, 48-6. With 4:39 in the fourth, Armstrong quarterback sneak for 12 yards. Touchdown, 2 points good to Trisella. 48-14 with 4:39 left in the game. 18 touchdowns this year for Boo Armstrong, I should say. The Vikings are basically got beat up pretty bad tonight. 48-12 was the final score. I want to let you know I'm Joe Martichak, Boom Pile DIY Solar. I'm looking to work with roofers, electricians, plumbers, realtors, mortgage brokers. I got that 50-50 split. Get me the electric bill. I'll close the deal. Give me a call at 1-844-BOOM-POW. Back to Mike and Mangino.
Thank you very much, Joe. Once again, the final score there, 48-14, Avonworth.
Did he say realtors?
On Hopewell.
He said realtors?
He said realtors. He did say realtors. I don't happen to know any realtors.
I don't either. I mean, there's a lot of reputable ones in Beaver County.
He said there are many of them.
There's especially one really good one in Beaver County, and the name is
Lisa Latham. It's Lisa Latham.
So you're gonna leave that up to Lisa, right? You're gonna leave that up to Lisa.
I'm just a pretty face.
Well,
she does all the work.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Final thoughts from Beaver coming up on Beaver County Radio.
Got kids? Too much to do? No time to cook? Download the McDonald's app today and get dinner delivered straight to your door from DoorDash. McDonald's makes it easy for you and your family. Download the app today and get exclusive deals and rewards. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
In Beaver County, there are many great stories to tell. One such worthy story is that of the Drug-Free Aliquippa program. Now in its fourth year, the project has enjoyed great success through in-school interaction, education, raising awareness, and data analysis. Drug-Free Aliquippa has a mission to help local youth make better decisions regarding alcohol and drug use. For more information or to find out how you can get involved, visit Drug-Free Aliquippa on Facebook.
All right, let's go through some scores one more time. Oh, wait a second. Here we go. Just got this update out of Aliquippa. Aliquippa called for a late hit out of bounds, 1st and goal. Ben Hills goes in on the very next play on a quarterback keeper from the 7 extra point. We are awaiting it. So now it is 16-15. We're waiting for the extra point, whether or not they're going to go for the kick.
Go for 2.
Or go for 2. You go for 2, right?
Kick does not make any sense. You go for 2.
Yeah, I would think
because
so.
Aliquippa now has a kicking game.
Exactly.
I mean,
if you go,
they didn't
kick
have a kicking
they
game.
get down the field, you might be able to. Yeah,
that's a no-brainer on that.
No,
I think so.
we're
If you go
about to
for two,
find
you
out.
make it now a field goal only ties the game, right? Yeah, that's
As a coach, that's like the worst feeling in the world when you shoot yourself in the foot on a stupid penalty and then they capitalize in the very next play.
Yeah, 2 big plays, that big kickoff return all the way down to the Quip 23, and then the late hit out of bounds. You have to control yourself.
I agree. I mean, penalties, let's talk about it. For third quarter in this big game here, we didn't talk much about this game, although people listening know Beaver just couldn't get the offense going, and then you get in the third quarter right away. 2 big penalties on the bench, and you get 3 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. You basically take any chance you even had out, because now then Central Valley goes down and scores, and if you stop them and you score, then you're still at least in the game. So I think Beaver's coaching staff just took them out of the game.
A lot of frustration.
Yeah, I get it, but
it's so disappointing and discouraging. I can understand why there's so much frustration, because last week you had this huge game. Your quarterback plays remarkably well, better than any other quarterback in the entire WPIAL. You had the big victory, a great defensive performance at the very end to stop the 2-point conversion, and then tonight nothing looked right for Beaver.
And even if they make some of those plays early, Tank, with all the dropped passes, he did have a couple of bad shots, but they were all catchable balls, most of them, except for one that was over the guy's head. They catch those, maybe they keep drives going, maybe Central doesn't score as much. You're probably still going to lose the game, but when you can't get your offense going at home against a good team, and then you're getting scored on, all of a sudden things start going down.
This is the kind of film where the kids and the coaches are going to feel sick watching it for all the missed opportunities. And as a former coach, I would say watch it once, guys, and forget about it. Let's move on to the next week.
Yeah, you don't want to dwell on it too much,
because it's time to move on. Like Coach Rouse said, it's week to week, and their biggest opponent always is the guys they face in the mirror.
Yep.
More scores from the Fry Transportation Update Desk. Elwood City 28-14 over Freedom.
I tell you what, I thought Elwood would take a little bit of a step down, but right now they look to be right there with Western as the best team in the conference, and Freedom's a solid team. We're going to see them push to make the playoffs. They've got a nice line. I keep saying it, they got some nice running backs. They beat New Brighton last week. Freedom against Riverside, Freedom against Beaver Falls. Those games are going to determine who makes the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, and thank you for all my friends and colleagues that are out there sending me the scores throughout the game. Thanks, Amber.
You're well
Amber out
well
there
liked.
for Freedom, giving me the scores.
Well
Teresa for Riverside. Got all kinds of them out there. Mike Dawkins out there for Beaver Falls. Thanks so much for that. 2-point
conversion, no good. And so here's the score. It's 16-15. Penn Hills up on Aliquippa, 5:44 to go in the game.
Great game. I love seeing it. Love seeing Aliquippa. I know the Aliquippa fans want to see 35-0. Oh, but I love that the WPIL is matching good versus good in non-conference. I love that because you're not seeing those blowouts we see so much in non-conference. Like, why are we playing this game? So the teams that struggled for the next 2 years, they're playing the teams that struggle, and so on. So Penn Hill's coming to Aliquippa. When's the last time that happened, if ever?
The Electric Garage Doors postgame show continues, and one quick announcement. Jonah Justice, once again, the CCBC player of the game for Beaver, in a standout performance at tailback and also at defensive line, and also the CCBC player of the game for Central Valley, Braddock Ambrose. He was dropping dimes all over the place, just great composure in the pocket, and really impressive with that one play toward the end of the game where he was faked the dive and then tucked it in, and he fooled everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Fooled the stands, fooled the broadcasters, fooled the officials on the field.
Fooled the fans at home. Everybody.
Everybody
I
was
mean,
fooled on
I
that
looked
one.
and I was
Did Keith catch that?
Oh, yeah.
He followed. He followed the wrong ball.
The running back too. You know what? I was wondering when I saw him. I thought, well, he didn't stop at the line, Tank. He didn't stop at the line. And
I had a good view from the back, though.
He went 3 yards past the line. I kept thinking, wait a second, why is he still going? Then when he got to the end zone, I said, no, he's got the ball. He's got the ball.
I got an explanation from the back judge, all right, during that. He said when that stoppage, when an inadvertent whistle happens, a team that it kind of penalized gets two options. They get the option of where they felt that the play ended, or they get a replay of down. And that's where they felt that the ball ended. That's where he got that 4-yard gain, and that's how that ended up happening.
So he was at the 10
yes.
when
That's
the whistle
why.
blew.
Well,
All right.
yeah, we
anyone,
figured that.
if anyone checks it out, we did have it on slow motion instant replay. You didn't have him getting in, but you can see him with the ball. So you were able to see.
So you're
whenever the
telling
ball
us
was
Keith
switched, you
Walsh,
could see him.
expert cameraman Keith Walsh, caught it? Wow.
Caught
Way
the
to
first
go.
half of
How
it.
about
We
that?
caught the switch where he runs out with the ball. We just
Okay.
didn't have him in the end zone.
The way to go. And then Dominic Pratt, the honorable mention for CCBC player of the game. Perfect on extra points, perfect on field goals, one of them from 49 yards.
I want him on my kickball team.
Yeah, I tell you another thing about him. When you asked him about who's looking at him, Brown, all those schools, he's got to be smart. And so, but I would think.
He's the one who didn't say any schools.
No. Pratt.
He's talking about Braddock.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Ambrose.
He's
Talking about Ambrose.
I'm talking.
Ambrose is all those schools are looking and inviting him down to watch games.
So that's
major.
Ambrose that said that.
That's Ambrose.
Okay, so it's the kicker that says no.
The Ambrose. I mean the kicker. He's holding it tight to his chest.
Yeah, there's got to be.
I'm telling you, CCBC is going to start a football team with these Central Valley players.
A guy that can kick it in the end zone in high school and kick it from 50. He's going to be looked at.
I swear,
bigger than the NCAA.
The kick down here, I think it landed in Vanport.
He's going to, I think that's going to be big
and
time.
He's only a junior.
Bigger time programs are going to look at him. Ambrose, smart kid. He's going to be recruited by a lot more. He's only a sophomore. No, is he a junior? Sophomore or junior? What is he?
He's a junior.
He's a junior, so he's going to get his choice of wherever he goes. But the kicker, if he keeps getting better, big schools are going to look at him. Because if you're going to kick it from 50 in high school, they're going to look at you.
All three of those CCBC players of the game, they're great kids.
Yeah,
I mean, how about
no doubt about
how about Jonah wanting to be in the Marine Corps?
Yes.
I mean that stand up, especially this past week with September 11th remembrance.
And you asked him, hey, what do you want to do after that? And he just basically stood you down and said, I'm worried about this week. I'm worried about next week.
He just said,
I'm worried about next week.
And kudos to the coaching staff for that as well.
Good.
Because that takes coaching.
Good stuff.
Coming up after the Electric Garage Doors postgame show is the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show. Everybody who's listening is welcome to call, right?
The King.
Especially if you've been to a game.
Exactly. If you've been to the game and you want to call in, and we always
Let's
get
some of the Beaver Falls calls.
We do get some Beaver Falls calls.
Yes,
I know
that'd be
Heidi
wonderful.
from Beaver Falls calls us.
Ambridge, let's hear it.
I want to hear somebody from Ambridge. Let's talk to people from. It doesn't matter where you go. We had a kid
Riverside.
We had a kid from Osh call last week. Thank you for calling us. We appreciate it. It's 724-3843-1888 or 724-774-1888. Myself and Ryan Garazunas. We will, and then we're going to talk to Mr. Mangino tonight.
Maybe.
And, you're going to answer. And we'll talk to fans, and we'll give you scores, and we'll talk about what's going on here. We're going to
Quips driving 1st and 10 on their own 45, 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in that game. Coming up next, the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show. For Mike Azadian, Tank Latham, Curtis Walsh, Keith Walsh, Ryan Garazunas, Big Country. Daniel Campbell here with us as well. And all the reports from all of you that have been texting in to us, including our own Frank Sparks. You've been listening to the best of Beaver County football on Beaver County Radio.
Thanks for tuning in to 2025 high school football coverage on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's game was brought to you by the Lisa and Tank Latham team at eXp Realty, the YMCA, Patriot Home Care, All Access Automotive, Fry Transportation, Vape and Roll With It, Electric Garage Door Sales, Al's Corner, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, McDonald's, Moon Auto, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, CCBC, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Fisher's New Brighton Foodland, Al's Pizza, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Drug-Free Aliquippa, McGee Heating and Air Conditioning, St. Barnabas, the William Murphy Funeral Home, the Cornerstone of Beaver County, Zookie's Sports Bar, Johnson Heating and Air Conditioning, GNU's Body Works, J. Young Refuse, the J&J Spratt Funeral Home, S.E. Snyder Insurance, D&G Rentals, and Beaver County Radio. 99.3 FM and AM 1230 WBVP, 95.7 FM and AM 1460 WMBA, and BeaverCountyRadio.com.